What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. The Fly Nerd Group Primetime in full effect. DJ K Maxi providing the
on the ones and twos.
in the landscape. Ayo, directly to my left is
Taj G.
all right, and I'ma toss it to the back, my homie.
Ambi.
Hey.
All right, and sitting here, dead center in the middle, tossing the ooh to himself, Tracy McGrady style, Coach E Soul Star.
Tracy. Yeah.
Hey yo, one shout out to Moxie. She could not be here for this episode, but we wish her well. Get well soon.
Yes, get well soon.
Get well
We'll see
soon. Hey yo. So
How you doing, fam?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good.
You good? Ambi, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
K Max, how you doing, fam?
Awesome.
All
That's
right.
dope. That's dope.
That's
All
it.
right. Yo, we
How y'all doing?
Yeah, how y'all doing out
It's the
there?
third episode, right?
It is the third episode.
Yeah.
3 times for understanding.
Three
Yes,
times
sir.
dope.
That's right. That's right.
3 times the
That's right.
dopeness. Yo, we appreciate everyone who tuned in for episode 1. We appreciate everyone who tuned in for episode 2.
Two.
And we appreciate everyone who's going to tune in for episode 3.
Right.
And make sure, and we'll probably go back over this at the end of the show, that you tune in to episode 2 so you can win a special prize.
Special.
So
Don't sleep.
all the details on episode 2, we're not going to tell you what it is here because we want you to watch episode 2.
That's
answer the
all.
question.
Episode 2. That's in the past. We time travelers.
Yeah, we time.
Yes.
Yeah, we're living
We bouncing
in
now.
the future.
We gone.
We are,
in a drop top TARDIS.
I gotta watch episode 2.
Yes.
It's like a saga. You gotta add it all up together. You might miss out on something.
Indeed. So as we enter today's conversation, as we just dive right on in, man.
Let's go.
We're gonna just go ahead and get the in memoriam out the way. So R.I.P. to Prodigy of Mobb Deep. This is the anniversary of his passing.
Absolutely.
The man was a lyrical legend. The man was a pioneer in the grimy New York rap scene. They brought back Mobb Deep, almost single-handedly brought back New York gangster rap.
Hey, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like they established like Shook Ones was an anthem.
Oh, it changed shit up. It changed shit hard.
But they like the whole infamous album itself was like
Classic. The production levels on there from Havoc to Q-Tip to I mean it's
everybody.
It was amazing and just how like their natural sync up with Ghost and Ray, it just felt natural.
they was like the next guys with the guns, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'll rock with it.
Automatic.
I remember back in the day that they asked LL what he think about being from Queens, and this was like in '94, spring '94. He was like, "Yo, those kids, those Mobb Deep kids, man, they like the future. They bringing it. It remind me when I was a kid." And that was LL at the time in '94.
Now,
crazy.
could you make the argument? Because I'm in the room with a bunch of hip hop historians. Everyone's a student of the culture. Could you make the argument that Queens perhaps produced the most diverse rappers from Tribe to LL to Mobb to 50 to Nas?
No, Chicago did.
Wow.
I'm saying from New York. I'm saying from New York.
Shade, pussycat.
From New York. From New York.
Huh.
Would the borough of Queens have the most diverse group of artists coming out of
I
it?
don't like arguing about that because I don't really care too much about that because, like, okay, that's true, but Brooklyn got Biggie and Boot Camp Click and
Mos
Buckshot
Def.
and Mos Def and Skyzoo. and-
Like I said, I just want to see
Special ed.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm playing the devil's advocate on this one because
But wait.
But wait, it gets worse. But wait, it gets worse.
It gets different. But what about Long Island? They gave us De La Soul, Public Enemy.
Yes.
It's a new school.
True.
Yeah,
That's
true.
facts.
True. Buster is a Long Island resident. That's true.
That's where Buster from.
He claims Brooklyn.
He's a suburbanite.
Yeah.
They're from Long Island.
Leaders of the new school was the suburban kids, man.
Oh yeah.
They was the suburban
Sob
kids
story.
that would come across the sob story.
Their
you know?
hardest struggle was buying cars.
Right. Like when you listen to that first These Are the New School album, they had Peter Parker problems.
Yeah. They was mad at teachers.
They was mad at teachers, man.
That album turns
They was
30
banging
next
on
month.
teachers.
Yeah. Oh, that album is about 30 years old. Wow.
Next month. Yep,
Next month?
Wow.
I think
Okay, so I'm gonna have to
24.
pull that out.
Wow.
But Prodigy was still like itself, you know, just hearing
He's
the
an
infamous
institution.
album.
Yeah.
He had a
Damn.
flow that was just like that. It was just
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's like it made your stomach curl just from like brief little
Yeah,
words.
dude. It's like
the presentation, the
Dun language.
on beat.
Oh yeah, the Dun language.
Yeah, the offbeat, on-beat swing.
Yeah.
And then like when he rock with like the Alchemist dude, it's just like
That's a whole nother level.
Oh, you
Yeah.
talking about,
When
talking
you
about the Einstein Project.
Yes.
It's dangerous.
He also changed his tone once he got locked up. He his whole content and everything.
Yes,
he
it
rapped
did.
about.
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
It kind of make you wonder. Right after that came out, suddenly.
Yeah. Like he dropped
Let's
that.
go ahead. Go and say it.
Just ask Pimp C. That's all I gotta say.
Ooh, there's another one.
I wish we could ask
another
Pimp C.
Exactly.
I wish we could
another one.
ask Pimp C.
There you go.
See?
I wish
See?
we could. So
Y'all do the research on that one.
Yeah,
that's the quiz question. Y'all
That's
do
a
the
fly nerd
research.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's
No,
pretty
that's
true.
actually true.
Yeah. Pimp C was burning $100 bills and called everyone hoes in the industry. Next thing you know, he OD on scissor. Really? He's from Houston, dude.
He made the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude wasn't from Colorado, man. He wasn't from Idaho. He was from Houston.
Okay.
True. Well, with that out there, make sure you when you air this episode, go listen to some Prodigy. Put them in your playlist. Put some Pimp C in your playlist.
HNIC.
HNIC was a
Yeah.
bang.
Keep it thorough.
Keep it thorough, indeed.
Classics.
And anything he did with the Alchemist.
Yeah.
Any Alchemist produced track,
Oh,
whether it was on an
yeah.
Alchemist compilation or on a
Return of the Mac is dope.
Yes.
That was fly.
Oh, my
Yes.
God, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
dope.
What about the Havoc album that he did with Alchemist and he got the songs, the 3 Ps?
Yes. That's
Sean Price.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Style,
Prodigy,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
Shout
Or
out
was
Sean
that Sean
Price,
Price
too.
album? I get it.
Yeah. Shout out Sean Price too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean Price. So yeah.
Sean Price, I definitely missed that shit, man. God damn.
Just that raw energy.
Yeah,
He
just
was
the
so
energy
dope.
in the bars is just.
And he was
like-
so honest.
Just come in.
honest.
He was so
The
honest.
brokest
man.
rapper alive.
But I love MCs would make rapping sounds easy and shit, and
And
the
he
way
made
he
it sound
spit,
easy,
it's
yeah.
just like dude, like the way he spit, like since Helter Skelter was always just like some shit.
Yeah, like right there.
What's that?
Oh yeah, the Sean P album.
Yeah, right there.
Dope.
Sean.
That's what M Phases.
Yeah, the M
Yep.
Phases album. That has the Refrigerator Perry album song cut
Yes.
on
Yeah,
it.
that was the other one.
Oh, that's- is
Small
that-
Professor.
Small Professor has the
Yes.
Refrigerator Perry song on it.
Yeah,
That's
I rock
right.
with
I
that one
collected
too.
that one.
Yeah, that's so yeah.
mean-
Make sure you add some of these artists to your playlist if you are unfamiliar.
Listen in.
Get familiar. You know, and just make sure you give. And for all the Mobb Deep fans, Prodigy fans out there, give him his props because honestly, he inspired Griselda. A lot of y'all cats out there listen to
Absolutely.
those cats.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And he
Hell yeah.
he is definitely pretty much the godfather of that.
Absolutely.
without
Anything
question.
you hear from that side of that realm of rap, yeah, it comes
Yeah,
from Mobb Deep.
Yeah, Mobb Deep did it.
Mobb Deep
Mobb
did
Deep
it.
did it.
Yeah.
They the Dixie Cup rappers, dude. Like, yo, straight up. Like,
Yes.
Shook Ones, they playing the video now. I'm just looking at it like,
What?
yo, the first time I seen this video, I'm like, oh, that's some.
That's
Yo,
some
got some real
neck
shit.
shit. They was chilling. They were just being themselves.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Wait. Everyone got to keep in mind, like, the landscape of what they were talking about. They were talking about straight up hard crime.
Yeah.
And they made it highly palatable in the club. Like,
Yeah.
monster hits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Quiet Storm was a club
Right.
banger.
Right. Yeah.
A club banger
To this day.
to this day. And
That bass line.
yeah.
Optimo.
Oh, White Lines, right? Yeah, that's the white.
Well,
That's,
actually, it's Optimo because I think
Is it-
They
I think they used the same.
They
bass
used the
player.
original, yeah.
okay, they
Optimo,
used the
yeah.
original. Okay, dope,
Yeah.
dope. Yeah, so once again, if you are not in tune, get in tune. Add some Mobb Deep, add
Yo,
some
we could go on
Prodigy.
for hours
Add
about
some.
that
Oh man, we
Yeah,
could
we could talk forever on
We
that.
could talk forever on Mobb Deep, and one day we just might talk forever on such a subject because it's it's our format. We can do whatever we want.
Right.
But let's go ahead and push the episode forward with that divisive
This our
laugh.
shit.
My man came with the divisive laugh. But
I just like how that sounds. It's like,
Right.
but let's
keep it moving.
Yeah, let's push the episode forward here. Episode 2 of Loki came out.
Episode
Yeah,
2 of
that's
Loki called The Variant.
Yeah, the variant came out. So we are getting more in depth and more details on Loki's purpose and reason for being in the TVA, what the TVA wants from him,
Yeah.
and what the variant is doing.
Yeah.
So Kaz, let's get some playback from you. You are pretty dope at the play-by-play on this. So
Actually, Ambi break it down.
oh, woo, 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 woo. So yo, I did
It's
like
not
this.
that.
I did like this, and
Swerve.
it was a
I was just
classic.
giving credit what credit is due.
Classic
But we could
three-man
get into it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Classic,
Go ahead.
classic 3-man weave right there.
Go ahead.
So the show opens up with the TVA, correct?
Yep.
Yep. C20.
Go ahead, Ambi.
So C20 and the Minutemen, her squad, her hunter squad, they show up to a Nexus event that is about to splinter a timeline,
Okay.
and they gonna do their thing, and then they walk into the tent of the
It was a
Renaissance Fair. Yeah, they walk into the tent at the
nice Ren
Renaissance Fair, and the variant Loki shows up and enchants C20, and she proceeds to mop the floor with her squad until she's out, and then C20 is kidnapped by the variant Loki.
Absolutely.
And that's how it starts. So yeah, it starts out hardcore compared to the last episode.
Yeah,
the last episode was the first, so we had to get introduced.
Yeah,
to
it was
everything.
introducing you to the world.
Yeah, so this one they gave us they come out with the action sequence, and so we get to see more of the variant Loki in action. And as the episode progresses, it's funny to see because we still see Mobius breaking down Loki.
Absolutely, but we see Loki too doing it.
Yeah, but and
They're
now,
going back and forth.
yeah, they're going back and forth, but Loki has definitely more to lose in this process. Because for Mobius, it's another day at the office.
And Mobius more like, I'm going to break you one way. Like, I know who you are.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're Loki, dude. And I know you're going to play a game.
You're gonna double cross me.
Yeah, and you're going to
You're gonna backstab me.
Yeah.
You've done it like 50 times.
So you're going to use me. I'm going to use you in this. Like,
Right, we in this.
But I have to leverage because where you going to go?
You need me because you want to get to the timekeepers.
And I got that.
Yeah, but
So he say.
I think it still look like a slight symbiotic relationship because Mobius, he has the thing for the judge, and he's trying to be in good graces and exalt himself as well.
Absolutely.
He has an angle as well. It's not just a one-way street, and that's why he's hoping that Loki help him crack this, and who knows what it means for him.
But I 100% agree with you on that Maxie. But also what I found interesting about this episode, speaking of Mobius, is that we get Loki starts to make Mobius realize he's not living life to the fullest.
Yeah, he found his weakness
He's found an angle to play on Mobius
to exploit.
Because he's like, okay, you know what a jet ski is,
But have you
you've
ever
never ridden one, right?
Right.
You've never ridden like you
Have
think,
you seen
But it would be fun.
right?
So what is the TVA? Because I feel like there's a lot of internet talk saying like they erasing people and using them to work. For example, the dude didn't know about fish. It's like, I'll get you like a fish. He's like, what's a fish? It's like,
Well, they're not human.
they're not human.
They're not from Earth.
And so they don't have from what I can gather from this interpretation.
Because they seem so distant.
Yeah, from this interpretation of this TVA, they have very little human experiences.
Right.
So there's a huge disconnect as far as them. So it's like when you have someone who has this big of a disconnect, can you really trust them to have humanity
No.
in his best interest? Because right now they're just purely bureaucrats.
Yes.
100% bureaucrats.
Casey's a pencil pusher. He never leaves the desk.
Right. He doesn't.
He's never seen a planet other than TVA.
Right.
So what's the life like?
It
Does it matter in the timeline since
They're not in the
They're
timeline.
not in the timeline, so it doesn't matter.
That's not
So
their
they
world.
but they looped.
So they just exist.
Wait,
Well,
it's a
we
fla-
know that Mobius loops.
Right. It's a flavorless existence. Look at Mobius. He's like, I love jet skis. He's never once just dipped back in time to ride one.
Why?
Because he can't, because it'll create a time split.
Right, because he's
who's Mobius, man?
One of
he's
Get
just a
him,
timekeeper.
come on, Ambi.
He's I mean
Come on, man. This is
you know, okay, so you know how I am with my theories.
got it.
I still think the timekeepers, the three of them, are actually Mobius, Kang, and Loki. I think it's one of those things where they're going to become the keepers later, but this is on that path, and that's how time works outside
man,
of
that
time.
sounds like you took the plot line for Tenet.
Man, that
or possibly.
I think you just went
Nah,
outside and saw a shark and then jumped.
I heard that theory.
Hey,
I heard
no,
that
but if
theory.
you look at their statues,
One is obviously Kang. The center one is obviously Kang.
one has horns, Loki.
That's Kang for certain.
Then the third one has a weird mustache.
That's me.
That's true.
SK Maxi.
That's true.
You a keeper?
you a timekeeper, K Maxi?
He's a time twister.
Yes.
He's a predecessor.
He's a variant.
You know what? You can tell he saw Ghostbusters because he answered yes. He paid attention to the central tenet. Are you a god?
Yes.
You say yes. So we can't fault Maxie on that one.
Facts. But yeah, so I mean, that's just a theory. It's a loose base theory. It's not as,
Yeah,
as
you usually be.
connect the dots a little bit.
Yeah,
But we see the
I
variant.
definitely believe the Kang theory.
Oh, Kang is
That's
absolute.
Kang.
That's a hands down.
That's Kang 100%.
Easy intro for him.
But as the episode progresses, we get to see the variant, and that's when things go a little even wilder because the variant is like, I don't want to be called Loki.
And clearly, he's
Do
not
not
Loki.
call me, and it's clearly not Loki. Do not call me Loki. So we have two options on the table. It's either the original Amora the Enchantress
Or it's
or
Sylvie.
Sylvie, who got the powers of the Enchantress via Loki, at least in the comics at least.
Right.
She got the powers via Loki. So given that the multiverse is now open, wide open, and we'll talk about that as this episode
Wide.
progresses.
Wide.
It's beyond wide open.
It's a whore.
So is this Amora?
Wow. We
Is-
can tell
is-
there's no women here today.
Is this Amora or is this Sylvie? Is the question? Is it Amora or Sylvie?
It's probably an amalgam of both,
So you think it's a combination?
like they did with Hela.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Goddess of Death.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Because-
Actually, the credits for the international one, she is credited as Sylvie.
Yeah.
So then it's probably Sylvie.
So it's probably, but Marvel's pulled the ringer before.
That's a
with the
fact.
international credits.
That is a fact.
They pulled the ringer.
You just
before.
can't trust them.
You can't. But
So they lied to the folks over there?
Andrew Garfield. They've never contacted me.
Contacted me? But come on, that's why I always tell y'all, don't believe the hype. Don't believe anything until you see the
Nothing.
movie. Whatever you hear,
Nothing.
just stick with it and just keep that in your head because
I
they're gonna
believe everything. Tyrese said it's in the universe.
but then they came right behind him. Like the actual studio was like, nah, son.
Yeah, but that's what Feige said about Spider-Man in Civil War too.
But I think with that one, I think with Morbius you can take it
Message.
to the. I think you can.
Well, I mean, Michael Keaton was in the trailer. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
and Michael Keaton was in the
that's
Spider-Man.
MCU
We'll see. We'll see.
connection.
Undeniable.
I think
But-
he said something like he shouldn't have said, and yeah, they just said,
They just
"Oh,
wanna say
yeah,
they just gonna
they
smooth
swept
it
it
over.
up, yeah."
But before
But
we-
here's the thing: it's because of him that I think the Spider-Man trailer was delayed.
maybe.
I think they're trying to wait for us to calm down off of his bullshit before they actually give it back to us because they want us to be a little bit of a surprise, impressed, shocked.
Ain't no surprise now.
Yeah,
we
they-
in the
yeah.
multiverse.
Well, but before we get too far off from Loki, so the multiverse has been
we
blasted.
always like walk off, right?
It's all relative. Multiverse.
Right. Before we get too far off Loki, because that, and so we got the Enchantress in play. She has bombed the multiverse. We saw the
Ooh, she bombed the multiverse.
she bombed it.
She bombed the time- the
she
sacred
bombed
timeline.
So
Nah.
break that
parts of
down
time.
because those are reset.
So
devices.
what those
She
charges
stole
do is
resets
they
time.
they stop a particular timeline from manifesting in the direction it's going. So
Right.
if she bombs a particular location like a sacred timeline spot, that forces it to split into a different path.
Yeah, she has pretty much like just sown chaos.
So did you guys see the dates or some?
I
of
saw the dates and the
planets?
location.
Yeah, the locations and dates, yeah.
stuff.
Krakoa,
Yeah,
Ego,
Ego.
the
Yeah,
living
Ego
planet.
especially.
Krakoa, they gonna kill the mutants.
I'm not surprised
Hickman?
about
Vormir?
I'm not surprised.
Hickman, write him out of this.
Yeah, Vormir was on
Vormir
there.
was on
Vormir
there.
was on there.
True.
So it's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. And obviously, we're going to get more of that as episode 3 airs this Wednesday.
Because Loki went right through the door with her.
Oh, yeah.
He left.
He did leave.
Can I interject a couple of
Of
political
course.
points?
Go
No.
Go right ahead.
Two things that were glazed over.
Uh-oh.
One, the fact that people said when they went to Alabama, if you notice, Alabama's on that Gulf Coast, the city where they went, and it was going to be destroyed and wiped out.
They're rock smart. Yeah,
Right.
during the hurricane.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like when they said 2050, it's going to be something so terrible it's going to wipe out the town. Like there was no
Right.
survivors. That's climate change, but also the whole thing about the bureaucracy. And the question was asked about how can you like see a jet ski and how can you not know fish and you interact with different species and everything, but it's a parallel to the government. How can you be a millionaire and care what a regular person that makes minimum wage? People ask how can you have a $24,000 refrigerator set when 24 million people are unemployed? It's the same disconnect right there.
Go ahead, Bill.
In real life.
True.
I like the little political angles they
True.
throw in.
Oh, you perfect.
No, yeah, they definitely throw things in there to make us think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely more than just something to gloss over and pass by. They definitely have put some
Social
elements,
commentary.
some social commentary into these episodes. Not as heavy-handed as Falcon and Winter Soldier was, but it's definitely still there.
I mean, politics is everywhere.
Politics,
Yeah,
definitely.
bureaucracy.
And I don't think the TVA is like honest. Like, I don't think they're like the protagonists in the story.
No, but they're just so set in their ways that it's a problem.
So Loki
Just like
said it
US
best.
government.
Loki said it best in the
Because
episode.
what's her angle of blowing up the timelines?
Well, we don't know yet. But we do know one thing. So first, when they finally got to C20, she said, I gave it away. I gave it all up. And they was like, what are you talking about? She was like, I gave up how to find the timekeepers, which means that's what she wanted to know. But we know she don't want to overthrow them and take over
she
the
flushing
TVA.
them out?
She probably want to murk them.
No, I mean like by doing those splinters, is she flushing them out like that?
Possibly. We don't know what angle, because again, it's a variant Loki, aka actually the Enchantress. So her moves are even more sinister than Loki's in many instances.
Absolutely.
But Loki
Very
proved
true.
that he was actually kind of a thinker when he figured out that the variant Loki was hiding in between disasters.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
also
that was dope. That was dope. That was dope because it helped further how that time travel works with them, because he said I can do anything I want right before this because all these people are going to die.
And Miss Minutes would be proud.
So there's not one moment where he could spark off a time.
Because there would be no place for that time to go because they're
everything
all
is ending.
dead.
Yeah, everything is ending.
Yeah.
So life only permits time.
Well, he was hiding in disaster. So okay, so if I go do something, like if I know that your crib is going to be nuked tomorrow, and I can travel in time,
Right.
I can show up right before your crib gets nuked. Come in your crib, kick your TV stand down, break all your stuff, and be
It
like,
won't matter.
ha ha, it don't matter. Peace.
Because it was going to be destroyed anyway.
Because it's going to be destroyed anyway.
Yeah, that's what happened to Pompeii.
Yeah, it was
Right,
going to be, it was
right,
going
right.
to be, it was going to be
That's what
wiped out anyway.
I
So
was just asking the question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's it.
it's a fair question because
No, it's
people
a-
want to know.
it's a very fair question.
But Loki said it best early, which is what we were talking about before, when he said that no one bad is truly bad and no one good is truly good.
Absolutely.
That's the whole color of this episode and this whole series.
That's the whole color of the series.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the whole
Everybody,
color of the series.
TVA,
Yeah.
they're not bad, they're not
They
good.
exist in
Loki's
the
not
gray.
bad or good. Yeah, everybody's gray,
Everybody exists in the gray.
like pure gray.
So we'll see more when we get episode 3 this Wednesday.
Right.
We'll see more, and we'll have more to talk about when we get to it next week. But let's talk about someone who doesn't give a shit about the timeline.
Oh my
Oh
goodness!
shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Let's talk about someone.
Oh shit!
Let's talk about someone who at times has gone into alternate realities and just said, "Hey, I'm gonna live here because I can."
Rick, why are we going to this place?
So, season
do more
5.
drinking.
Season 5, episode 1 of Rick and Morty jumped off this past weekend.
Yo.
And I thought it was phenomenal.
I thought it was awesome as well.
It's
I
Rick
thought it-
and Morty.
I thought it was phenomenal.
That shit was dope.
I mean, I watched it twice.
Right.
I watched it 3 times.
It gave so much story time to both characters. Like there was not one part of this episode that was a throwaway episode. Even Summer's Atlantis attacks had
Mr. Nimbus.
right, dude, Mr. Nimbus, man. He controls cops.
Wasn't that crazy? Fight.
Fuck.
Right.
Flee.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Was that an NWA? Eli Zaggin?
Ooh.
Reference?
Hey.
That's a song.
Hey.
That's a song on that album.
Hey,
There we go.
30 on the 31st of May.
hey.
Yeah,
Full
that's an
circle.
NWA song
Full
right
circle.
there.
Who knows?
That's what's up.
It may have been. But the episode was phenomenal, but I particularly love the Morty story.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, the
that
more-
was my best part too.
Yeah,
Go for
so while he is relegated to getting the wine in a pocket dimension that time goes forward in, and every time he goes to get the wine,
But it's a dog planet, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
dog years.
yeah,
literally.
it's like it is.
So that's is an honest like growth process for
Right.
them,
Yeah.
but they're thinking this dude's some time traveling demon and shit. It's the same day. It's like
yeah, for
15
right.
minutes.
For Morty, it was 10 minutes. For them, it was like 20 years.
Right.
Like generations
Yeah.
lived and died in the span of Morty's
They
appearances.
build future
Wait.
civilizations just against to build against Morty,
Hold
like
on.
technical.
Dude, help him with the first batch of wine. The wife is pregnant. He come back.
And his son is old.
Right.
They killed him because he thought he betrayed the fam.
Dude, the problems that Morty set forth unexpectedly, and it was just all.
That's an epic battle.
But a lot of that's Rick's fault because
It's always Rick's fault.
like Morty said, he tells you don't do something because he's too lazy to explain it. And he didn't explain that. He just said, yeah, time go
Get the
forward.
wine. All Rick was concerned about was
What?
Morty getting the wine.
And that's
That's
the
it.
simple things. It's just a simple process. And that's why I like the Morty evolution, because he's really evolving to become Rick.
Facts.
And like he even said, you gotta be an asshole. My grandfather
yeah,
told
he
me that.
did.
yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
straight up with it. Old girl Jessica like, yo, all right, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
when he went back that
he's
that one
really
time,
slowly but surely
Yeah.
he's gonna be Rick, man.
Well, he and the
He said, I haven't been to school, I don't know shit.
right. and see what really how you get the totality of Rick is Beth and Morty. You need Beth,
You need
Morty,
both.
and Summer.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need Beth.
Okay, the trilogy. I fuck with
Because
that. Yeah.
Summer is unafraid. She's proven.
She walks into it.
Like remember when they was living in the Mad Max timeline? She was
Yeah,
with it.
she was with it.
Yeah.
She was
She
wild
was
for the night.
100%
She was wild
with
for
it.
the night. Yeah.
Beth is more of the intellect, has more of the intellect side of Rick. Like, oh, I can try and figure this out. I'm just not as and
Crafty.
Morty is now the guts of Rick. Morty is like, yo, I'm gonna come over here and make the tough decision to kill all y'all.
Hey, he'll do it too.
He
Little
leveled,
guy.
he leveled the whole castle.
Genocide.
Man, but and it's not his first time wigging out, man. Remember on the Purge Planet? On Purge Planet, man, with
yeah.
Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, dude had
Yeah.
the exosuit and wow.
Right, Rick had to knock him out. Like, yo, you too much.
So is this
You too much.
intended to be? Is this speculating that this the last season?
You know
No.
who?
It's supposed to be 10, I thought.
Well, see,
Officially?
Well, see, that's the thing. Justin Roiland has been pretty cryptic about how long he intends to continue this because while yes, it's his baby. Remember, he is Rick. He is Morty. He is so many.
Yeah, Right.
He
yeah.
is the writer, the producer, director,
lot of work.
and a lot of the voices. So it really depends on how long
He can keep it up.
he intends to keep this up. But while I know Dan Harmon is involved, there's a lot of extra voices, a lot of writer. Justin Roiland carries this show.
Oh yeah, he's the heart.
Yeah. He
He's the heart.
carries this show, and it's a dope show. I'm glad
It's a genius show,
it's a genius show.
but we can't expect this to be like a Simpsons, a 12.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
it's a
so.
different
I'm not
animal.
gonna
No.
like
I
this.
don't
different
want
animal.
that to
No,
ever do that.
Actually,
If you could close out a story, the way they write this story is just so brilliant. Like a few seasons ago, they could have closed out.
They
I would have
could've.
been like, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
I agree.
they
You
could
know
have
what I mean?
they could have ended with the bird person wedding.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
they could have
yeah,
ended with that.
Yeah,
But then let's not forget, even Morty is controlling the Citadel.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Which is gonna have to
Take
be
a
a
little off
climax
the
at
top.
some point.
their multiverse is insane.
Yeah,
It's beyond insane.
Rick has to die.
I
I think that's how.
all
it's
of
gonna
them?
end.
I think with Rick and Morty,
Like all of them.
I mean,
I think Community.
Yeah.
Too many.
I mean, yeah, that's where it gets a little convoluted.
It's too
but
many.
I think
Yeah.
Community said it best, man.
Rick Prime.
Right.
Well, even that is not even true.
Yeah, I think Community said it best. 6 seasons in a movie. 6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons.
I
and
say
a
no.
movie.
I don't think movies work with sitcoms.
Well, I mean,
Except
Well,
I
South
can-
Park, but that's not even
I can see a
watchable.
2-hour Rick.
That's a
and-
little
I can see
different though,
2-hour
because
Morty
the Rick and
special.
Morty actually has real plot.
Yeah.
It's not like just random shit happening for the sake of just entertainment.
Like there's a lot of stuff that Rick and Morty could tie up if they
they got
in a 2-hour special if they really chose to do so. Because there's a lot of dangling plot lines out there.
yeah.
The Citadel's a dangling plot line. A Real Beth is still a dangling plot line.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. I thought they was going to touch on that.
yeah. So real
They
Beth.
will. I'm sure they will.
Wait, they on the preview they did say like, hey, I got like he said on the preview said like I got different Ricks and different families.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
we
did.
Got space,
Right.
We got Space Beth out there.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean the whole crux of Rick and Morty is that anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. The show is just brilliant. The show crashed on the scene and has been brilliant since day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a combination of Doctor Who and Back to the Future.
I can't really think of a season that is disappointed. Like we're 4 seasons in. I can't even think of one season I would say, oh, that season is I wouldn't watch again.
Nah, I don't
Yeah,
have
that-
that.
I really don't have that.
feeling per
Even
se.
the week even
They
the
have
episodes
lesser seasons.
they have-
let's not
they have
get it
lesser
wrong. but they
episodes.
carry story. And then
Exactly.
that's where it just like draws like, all right, well,
because my personal
character
one of my
development.
personal
Yeah.
favorite is Story Lord. I know like with the train had that was one of my personal when they was like, God damn, like every time he did something, like, God damn.
Yeah, they almost gave up all all the staple ideals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't you want to see how your story ends? Like that was
Right. They always playing with time and shit. So yeah, they got-
I will play with time. I will play with time.
Hey, wait a minute.
So what about Mr. Nimbus, dude? Like, all right, Aquaman jokes.
Stop.
Namor jokes.
Stop.
Dude, you had just told me this story about Aquaman versus Namor, and he dropped a
Oh,
whale on
yeah.
me.
And then he dropped the whales.
Like, dude, what the
Right.
fuck out of here?
Yes.
Like, dude, this is hilarious.
So that's where they
Absolutely.
got that from, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because in Marvel vs. DC, Aquaman dropped a whale on Namor.
It's the dumbest.
He dropped a whale on Namor. But
Namor was giving them hands.
what was dope?
What's up, fam?
Actually, he wasn't giving them hands until that. He was like, "Stop dodging and let me
Yeah.
hit you."
He said, you too bulky and slow, and I'm too fast. We're,
Yeah.
we're even.
Aquaman was teasing. Aquaman was like, He was like, "You slow."
Yeah, you can't. We're even. Just accept it. Let's stop.
But then he hit him.
Then he hit
He
him.
finally caught him, and that's
Yeah.
when Aquaman was like, oh.
Yeah, he hit him, and then that whole time Namor.
So one punch equals a slam of a whale?
Yeah, so Aquaman was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna mess around
I don't
with
have
you.
time.
I don't got time to mess around
got
with
time."
you." So he dropped a 5-ton whale. on
Because
him.
he was trying to keep it neutral. And, Namor is a jerk.
So instead of keeping it neutral,
He dropped the whale.
Oh, you
on him.
hit? Like, what? Somebody knocked
You
you?
hit me,
Somebody
fam.
punch you. You just don't
Dude,
what
you
you gonna
just
do?
punched me out the depths of the ocean.
So I'm going to drive a truck over your body?
Dude, Kai, if you punch me from that room to
All
this
right, fam,
window,
I'll be back.
dude,
Hey, Optimus.
I'm saying, if we standing over there from by the records and you hit me and I hit this window and I got a chance to drop the ceiling on you, I'm dropping the ceiling on you.
That's some
That's
acne
personal.
ass shit. You are itchy and scratchy.
That's personal, man. That's personal. He hit him out the sea. Namor punched him out the depths of
Wait,
the
let's
ocean.
just get to the fact you're going to smash a ceiling on me. Like it's a danger room of God of War and shit.
Oh, my goodness.
Spikes. Come on, boy.
I'm just saying, if I can,
boy.
if you in a pitched battle and you got the ability to do
Hey, who
something,
thinks of that shit?
I
I'll
think that's-
drop
I
a
think that's-
ceiling on you.
wait,
I think
hold
that's
on.
an
New
no.
York niggas, I'll throw a TV at you.
But we already talked
Crazy.
about this. So,
Hold on, even the Empire Strike Back, Luke versus Vader, he threw a bunch of shit at him at first. Luke was like, yeah, he wasn't like tackling with him with the saber at
yeah,
first.
Vader did throw an oxygen tank at him.
but we also talking about an individual, as maybe the audience don't know. But this guy, the Mogwai Mauler,
Yeah, man.
is a serial killer in training, man.
Fury.
This nigga is
What's wrong with you?
He's dangerous. He think of some crazy shit. Always.
I write D&D campaigns. I have to come up with creative things to do to people.
Ways to kill you. Think about this. What he's
dude.
saying.
I write
Like, you
D&D
come with death
campaigns.
traps.
I do sit back.
He
and
the dirty dungeon master.
I do sit back and think of death traps. This is true. Yes, yeah, this is true. I
Want to
do-
play a game?
You know what?
No.
There's some bleed over between Rick and Morty and the comic book universe because Dan Harmon wrote a lot of the jokes for Ragnarok. And-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of the writers is going to direct one of the new movies coming up in Phase 4.
Actually,
Oh,
Dan Harmon,
yeah.
he's like the science reference guy because they'll go to him for like plots and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So
like the whole time travel. I
Yeah.
know they had to get some
Of course,
assistance
yeah.
for all of that shit.
Dan Harmon is a huge nerd, huge into sci-fi, huge into RPG. Like, there's actually a Rick and Morty D&D expansion.
Okay, we're playing.
Yeah, you can use the Rick and Morty universe in the D&D world. Like you can
We're all gonna die.
what platform?
the 5th edition. You can use the 5th edition D&D
about-
rules for
Like
for,
PC?
no, tabletop
D&D.
gaming.
Tabletop.
Old school tabletop.
Roll the
real
dice.
game.
D20, man. D20 dice, like
Hey.
my shirt.
Hold on. I'm going to come back, man. I'm going to come back. No more. It'll be all virtual.
Right.
Yeah, man. I'm always down to play.
Stay tuned for that. We're gonna do a
yeah.
Fly Nerd Primetime D&D session with the Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely use the Rick and Morty rules. That is fine. That is completely fine.
I got a question though.
Sure.
Rick and Morty is on Hulu and HBO Max.
Yeah.
How come when I went to both of those motherfucking platforms, none of the new episodes was on?
They don't.
You got to do the Adult
gotta
Swim
do
app.
those
Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
do that separate.
The new season is only going to be on the Adult Swim app.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna have to get that dog Martin had when he walked around the table and shit because that's some bullshit.
But
Nah, that's why-
here's the thing. Adult Swim app shows it for
I
free.
want the Martin dog.
the Adult Swim app
Yeah.
shows it for
You
free.
can still watch it.
So
They
you
don't-
don't have to buy anything. You just got to get the app.
Okay.
Or you can go to the website, much like Comedy Central or SouthPark.com.
or YouTube,
Yeah.
the YouTube channel.
They
But yeah.
actually don't have the real they don't really pull people or the episodes down once they're out there, so you can find it
Right.
easily. Yeah.
But that's
No, I
all.
found it with no problem. I just wondering why it was on
just
two
wanna go to the
platform
one stop,
sources. And
Yeah.
none of the new-
Adult Swim
none of the
gets
new
it first.
material.
It's their right.
Adult
There's
Swim.
even that. What's that show that you talk to me about? The Alien,
Resident Alien.
Should be on
Resident
Hulu.
Alien.
Like the shit ain't on there. You know what I mean? Until you go to the live shit. It's like, well,
Yeah, you got- that's
the
why
point
some-
of
some
getting
shows are like
Hulu
that.
That's
is
how they drive
because
the
I want
audience.
to
The
Right.
like-
point of Hulu is having live and not having cable. That's why.
But also the shows have to
Yeah.
make that decision to say Hulu
Yep.
you can have it.
Yeah,
That's not on
yeah.
Hulu. That's on the show itself.
Hulu getting what they can.
Hulu waits for them to say what they can have.
So they're not going to share the new episode.
They'll show it months
Yeah.
later.
No,
platform.
Adult Swim gets it first.
Right.
Point blank.
That's
It's an
it.
Adult Swim
It's
show.
their show,
It goes
yeah.
to Adult Swim first.
Which is fair.
And they'll black it out on their online channel too.
They sure will.
Yeah.
Yep, they'll black out all new episodes.
Uncensored.
Yeah.
No, they block it out. You can't
Uncensored.
see it.
But yeah, on Adult
On
Swim.
Adult
app.
Swim, it's
yeah, on the
uncensored.
Adult Swim app,
It's uncensored.
uncensored. Yeah,
They got to air
uncensored.
it first, and then you can
You
see
get all
it.
you get all the cuss words. All
Oh,
the
right,
blood.
right, right,
Yeah, you
right,
get
right.
That's
all,
necessary.
you get to
I
hear
just buy
Rick
the
say
Blu-ray,
"fuck
man,
you."
the curse.
Facts.
You red lobster motherfucker.
yeah, he did.
What about
yeah.
Mr. Nimbus.
But moving on from there.
Yes.
Moving on from Rick and Morty. Go check out season 5, episode 1 if you have not. So it's really dope.
It's really dope.
Yeah,
Check
it's
it out.
really-
But moving on from there, there's
Wait.
yes.
Wait.
What about? I always got to do the social political stuff. What about when Jerry said he called the cops and he said, "Yo,
Oh,
why
yeah.
does it matter if I'm white?" And the cops showed
They
up.
showed
right
up
away.
They
like
showed up
that.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been. This episode was littered with social commentary.
Oh, they going
It
ham.
was littered with social commentary.
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh.
Nimbus is hilarious.
Look at him. Look at him.
Right. And Mr. Nimbus said, "I'm going to flood your streets." And Rick was like, "Climate change is already doing that."
Yeah, right. He kept it moving.
Dude,
So they
that-
had a rivalry. Like,
Apparently, and it had gotten boring for both of them.
Well, the question is, we know Morty's kind of arc We know Jessica had a definitely change in her arc
Yeah.
in this reality, but where's Rick going? Because as the episodes progress, he's getting broken down more and more.
I think he's
Season
going to
4,
die.
I
And
think
then
he
the
has to
trilogy,
die.
Yeah, the trilogy is going to carry on with the story. Because this is not The Simpsons. This is not the Maggie stay
Nah.
the baby and shit for 13 seasons. These characters are evolving. Like I said, Morty, you can see the growth in all these characters.
Right.
And you can see Rick losing it all.
They don't need him no more.
They don't need him no more. And Morty is starting the whole process just like Rick has. Just going to that time zone just to get wine.
Right.
It's just so simple. It's like going and get some tape. Going to the store for some tape or something, and he's causing all this calamity.
And he's okay with it.
And he's cool. It's
like,
just
"All right,
like
I'm out."
Right. He went and got the guns and went back shooting
I
at
don't
one
think
point.
you understood what it was until when they had like him in the castle. They're like, there he is.
Oh yeah, they was ready for him. They had built their whole society around tricking
trying
him.
to figure.
Yeah, they were after the demon child.
Right.
They were on it.
Yeah,
A little
man.
bit of a
So,
Game of Thrones reference in there.
Yeah. So
But yeah, we will be delving obviously deeper into Rick and Morty as now the season progresses. So now we got Loki, Rick and Morty on the schedule. We'll definitely be talking about them as the episodes drop.
Yeah.
But let's move on. We have spent so much time in the Marvel universe, in the Marvel
Lots.
cinematic universe, the Marvel comic
For
universe.
reasons. For justifiable reasons.
That
Y'all
is-
understand.
It is time to give DC its due.
Yeah, so speaking of which, Shazam, these new suits,
What about them?
they got rid of the puffy pillow suits.
Oh
Okay,
yes,
and
they
they
look
got the
way
little-
better.
They look a lot better.
Little-
They
little
suits are
suit,
better.
the
yeah.
colors are more
Suits are
muted,
better.
not so ridiculous
Gaudy.
and colorful.
Gaudy.
Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's everything's a little more fitting. The art, the armor pieces and all that looks nicer. And
Do costume reveals really like move you though?
no,
Not me.
No. but I
Yeah,
am.
it kind of does.
Why?
Because even if you look at Captain America, his costume was different every movie, and even as he went through Civil War and he was broken down into Infinity War, his costume changed every iteration. So I
It
say,
did.
yes.
Well, that makes sense, but that serves a purpose. You're a soldier. You're going to be figuring out ways to optimize your gear as you battle. Okay, this, it's that whole thing of like Batman in Dark Knight. I can't turn my head. Oh, the dog bit me. I need different armor. Or, but these
But
guys are magic.
I think that was a practical sense of.
He actually
like,
changed the colors. He wasn't wearing red, white, and blue anymore.
Who are you talking about?
Captain
Oh,
America.
that's because we talking about when he was working for Shield. He had a Shield uniform.
Right, but then he never went back to it.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he didn't really have a chance to go back to it because Thanos happened, and he was just dealing with the suit that he had at the time.
Yeah, and
Well,
that
he was
still-
on the run too, and he had to get grimy for
Right.
a minute.
So
Well, that
the suit does
So that suit
dictate.
didn't represent. The
It just
time.
doesn't. I don't know.
The suit didn't change from Civil War.
Costume reveals don't move me, for
Nah.
me personally. Like
I got you.
If they, I was glad that they got rid of the puffy suit. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But because they're still going to CGI on top of it, no matter
They're gonna
what.
the cape.
Right.
The cape is gonna be CGI.
Capes will be CGI. The lightning
Yeah.
effect in the center will be CGI.
Yeah.
Various hues, various colors, various refractions will all be added post production.
Unless it's like costume or like character or like makeup design or something like that. That's
Like Drax doesn't change.
right.
Gamora does. Her outfit changed a little bit. They changed clothes.
A couple insider things that happened this weekend. Lou Ferrigno snapped on the Hulk. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, you didn't
man.
talk. Like, I just had my muscles. But you were like 5'1". You were shorter than
Yeah.
everybody.
The fact that
Well, what happened?
Yeah, Lou
he went off
Ferrigno snapped on the Hulk, said Marvel Universe Hulk is stupid. Like,
because he's
I never
mad that
had
he don't have a
CGI.
job, so to speak. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But they gave him a role in the Incredible Hulk, the movie.
Right. The
He-
one with Norton. Ed Norton.
And he spoke in Avengers. He's the voice that said puny God.
Right.
So what you mad about?
Because he didn't talk. He never had the speaking role. You know how much money it is when you're an actor with speaking role.
You know how
versus
long ago
an
that was?
actor?
Get over it. But you
They
could
still play it.
But,
Yeah,
then,
but to be
like,
fair, because he's I think he's like slightly deaf.
yeah,
He doesn't
is
speak too
deaf.
well.
It was
doesn't.
1970, whatever.
Yeah, that's
The
a whole
same.
nother-
It was a different crop of people in charge. You mad at today's people for you not having a speaking line back then? Talk to your agent.
Yeah.
That's a different.
And then
time.
James.
Exactly.
way
So
different
why you
time.
mad? Why you mad today then?
I mean, don't shoot the messenger. I ain't mad.
I'm saying, Lou, why you mad? Lou, why you mad?
I just want to know why Lou mad. Well, I mean, I know. Thanks. Wonder Woman shit. Get the fuck off me.
It's kind of crazy that, and James Gunn was snapping and saying and asking actors to stop lying about their size, because he said it just happened. I forgot who was going for Drax and didn't get it, and it's like you can't go for Drax because you're too short. And then I didn't know Lee Pace from Lord of the Rings and the guy.
Wait.
Yeah.
They lying about their size as if you're not gonna walk into the audition.
Yes.
They do measurements.
James Gunn said that's a serious problem that actors, because apparently Idris Elba's tall. Lee Pace that played
Batista's a fucking wrestler.
Batista's big.
He's a huge motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right. And then apparently what's his name is big. Star Lord is big.
Pratt is tall.
Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
looked
tall.
like he's tall.
Yeah. So,
And he was plump.
So yeah. He used to be fat.
Yeah.
So
and
cats
wanted,
are
he was
lying
fat.
on the
Yeah.
resume.
Dude,
I don't know. So he's basically saying that these actors are going, like, sending in their whatever's for the audition, saying I'm this size, trying to go for roles.
Right, and really you're not. And then like when and then somebody argued, I forgot, another famous actor argued, why does it matter? And then he's like, because
Because he's
it's a
gonna look
shot.
like Apocalypse on the X-Men.
Oh my goodness!
Dude, Psylocke was taller than him.
No disrespect to
not
Oscar Isaacs. No
I'm not
disrespect.
even-
Hey man, fuck that. He shouldn't have been rolled for Apocalypse. They should have got.
That's not his fault though.
Yeah, because they cast
They
him.
cast him.
Well, no disrespect to him, but still, that was. Nah.
But that's true.
Professor X was taller than him.
And he was in a chair.
But we digress.
So back to DC.
Back to DC. Back to
Oh yeah,
DC.
that's right.
So Shazam
Yeah, that's
sequel.
right.
The Shazam sequel's coming.
I'm excited.
Suicide Squad sequel.
I'm excited for that one.
That should be good. I mean,
I'm excited for
okay.
that one.
So the
You're not
only
excited
thing.
for Shazam
No, let's
too?
break this shit down.
The
This
only-
is the DC talk. Shazam.
Yeah, let's go.
Come on.
Shazam.
Why you not excited over Shazam? Shazam?
I am not excited about Shazam. While Shazam was one of the few good ones that they had.
Okay.
It was one of the few good ones that they had.
Okay.
If you say so.
But
That's a good one.
the Black Adam stuff has made me not excited about Shazam.
What?
Wait, is it the Black Adam stuff or is it the Rock?
Yeah, is it The Rock?
It's The Rock.
Okay.
It's not.
The Rock.
I'm not against the. I'm not against
Hey,
The Rock.
don't put me in no people's
The people's elbow and all that?
I don't want none of that shit. No rock bottoms. Just do that to
I
him.
am not anti The Rock. So let's go there. I'm not anti.
So what's your beef with Black Adam?
I feel like he should be in the.
What's
Shazam.
your beef in general?
Well, see, that's the thing. That is true because Shazam without Black Adam, like
I don't want a Mr. Mind. I don't want a Professor Savannah. Those two enemies of Shazam. Those are his main two foes. That's all he got is a talking caterpillar and a guy and Dr. Savannah.
yeah,
Boring. Black Adam is the best thing about Shazam.
that's
Well,
the
they-
challenge.
And he's not going to be in the sequel.
He was in the first one or
part
second.
3.
Yeah.
But then they got to introduce the character of Black Adam. And
They could've-
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You
The
can
D-
introduce the character in the Shazam
The
sequel.
DC animation when they did the return of Black Adam.
Animation and live action are two different things.
No.
I'm just saying they could have been Black
So did
Adam
they have
and
to do
Shazam in
these
part two.
Characters
Hold
are
on.
franchise
Wait.
characters. Hold up. These characters are franchise characters.
Right.
They gotta have some sort of introduction.
Did they need a Joker movie for Dark Knight?
To be fair,
Joker been around.
Hold on,
Joker's
hold on.
movie was The Dark Knight.
Hold on, guys. Hold on,
That's what I'm
guys.
saying.
Hold on, guys. Black Adam is not a
We're
franchise.
getting the Joker a little bit later. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
rebuttal for that fucker. But let's go ahead.
Black Adam, it has only recently become a franchise. He was definitely just.
No,
a
let's
Shazam.
stop. This is The Rock, man. This is his. You know, Hollywood been asking which superhero would you play? What you gonna do? He going into this franchise style, man.
And
Like,
it's us that did that because we've been talking that The Rock looked like Black Adam since they was talking about doing
Well, there you
Shazam
go.
and
I
stuff.
never
The fan.
remember that
I never
conversation.
said that.
Yeah, I never said
I
that
said
either.
that.
I never said that. I was
Yeah.
waiting for him to rock to the
but that was
Marvel side.
15
But good,
years ago.
Go over there.
That was 15 years ago, Rock.
I mean, the overall thing
year
is
ago,
point
Rock.
blank. I don't trust WB with what they do. So Shazam 2, I'm not in. If they give me the Caterpillar dude, I don't want to see Shazam versus the
No,
Caterpillar guy.
So you gonna get Black Adam?
Mark-
What's wrong?
We're not getting Black Adam in Shazam 2.
No,
Black
we're not.
Adam
No,
is
they're
getting his
not.
own movie. He's not
And-
in Shazam 2.
But wait, stop. You see all them the Shazam family?
Yeah.
That's why I say he need a show because all of them needs character development and shit.
They
So
got-
you got
really-
chill a little
they
bit.
got they got 5 people that
well,
they're
some of
trying
them got a DAC.
Wait.
So what's their skill level? They all Superman.
They all the same.
They all the same.
They all the
It's
same.
all the same.
They're pointless.
But they're like they got Helen
How
Mirren.
pointless.
They're just lesser versions of Billy Batson.
Because he shared his power with
He shares his power with them, so he gets weaker by dividing his
Yeah.
own power.
Oh, really? He should just boss up and
That's
yeah.
that's the
But see, that's the he was an
He's a kid.
orphan. He's a kid. He wants his family to be
Yeah.
able to go with him.
that's why it's the Shazam family.
So Black Adam is so
No
so,
sympathy, but
so
fuck them
here's
kids.
the thing.
Fuck them kids.
We got Dr. Savannah.
I'm raising a muck first.
We got
and then
we got Dr. Savannah in Shazam 1.
Yeah, we
Right.
are.
So Shazam 2 is probably going to be Mr. Mind.
No, it's not. It's
Who is
going to
it?
be Helen Mirren and
Really?
Lucy Liu. Those going to be because
Right,
the
that's
name
true.
the name of the movie is The Gods Are Angry or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah,
The Wrath
that.
of the Gods,
The Wrath
Yeah,
of the
something like
Gods.
that,
So
yeah.
yeah.
It should still be Black
which is
Adam.
us talking about
No,
DC.
but Black
Adam.
Adam, Black Adam coming out the same year.
This is
Like
deity
months later.
episode.
Yeah, but Black Adam is not taking place. It's about Black Adam's history.
Right.
It's like Scorpion King. DC.
No, it's not go. Don't do that. Don't.
It is,
But it's
though.
possible.
Don't do that,
It's not
man.
impossible.
I'm not saying it's gonna be as bad as Scorpion
It's
King,
not
but I'm
impossible.
No,
saying
man.
It's
Get
not
outta here,
impossible.
man.
do
Fuck
we
outta
really
here.
need to? Okay, so we already know. We don't need to go to the past and watch him
Wait,
first
you
get his
all
powers
are,
in
wait,
Egypt and
hold
stuff.
on. You all assuming
Wait, why
everyone knows who the
not?
hell Black Adam is.
I know exactly who
No,
Black
you
Adam
don't.
is.
Yeah, no, a lot of people don't know who he is.
You
They
don't
never
need
heard of
to.
him.
No, you
That's
do
true.
know who Black.
That is who the hell don't.
Okay, but
who
you-
the hell know Black Adam?
this- when Shazam-
That's not the top fivers.
No, so look.
So you can put him in Shazam 2 as an introduction. That
No,
would be
you
easy
can't.
peasy.
In
Yes, you
Shazam-
could.
Story.
In
He has a
Shazam-
whole mythology. He
Yeah,
can feed
If
him.
you
but
want
in
to
Shazam
tell
1, they
this
gave his
from the
mythology.
ruler to the
They
tutor,
give his mythology.
No, they did give Black Adam's
Dude, they
mythology in
gave him like
Shazam.
5 seconds, man.
That's all it took.
Dude, you eat a
I
burger
gave him the
popcorn.
power. He got power drunk.
Wait.
He rebelled.
what's y'all beef about?
I
So
got-
you say don't go to Egypt? So if they did Apocalypse Story, you don't want that either?
No, because if they go to Egypt, then I'm gonna start dealing with the color issues, and I'm gonna get pissed, and I'm gonna say fuck y'all anyway. So why waste time?
Okay. Fair,
Yeah,
I'm saying
well.
it's not hard to get.
at all times.
It's not hard to put Black Adam in Shazam 2.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It was
hard,
not hard.
man.
It's not hard.
I'm on the rank staff, man. How you know?
It's not. It's not hard.
So
You ain't got the answer.
we don't get a. There are very few villains that were started in their own movie.
I started my movie. You're living in it. You're welcome.
Look at Loki. I mean,
Just drop the mic after you speak. Go ahead.
but look. What's y'all problem with Black Adam? So he can't.
No.
I don't have a problem with Black Adam. I just think he should be the villain in Shazam 2 instead of
What? You
whatever.
be happy
else
if
it
he's
is.
White Adam?
So in the comics, wait a minute.
Where did that come from?
What are we? This is
Anyway,
Yeah, we gonna-
derailed.
man, go, man. Do not family feud yourself here, man.
Derailed.
Do not family feud
Yeah,
yourself.
don't do that.
All right, Steve Harvey.
Don't do that.
But no, I just think Black Adam should have been the villain for Shazam 2. Personally, that's just my opinion. You know, it's whatever.
And then-
and that's not without giving him his own movie. I just think, bam, here's your chance to introduce him, this interesting character out of Egypt, make him the villain of Shazam 2, then tell us his backstory.
But here,
why not?
The Rock
Why
is,
not?
The Rock
Why
is
not?
talking this. I want to fight Henry Cavill Superman. He don't even talk about Shazam.
Do you think The Rock could stand alone Zach in the film? Like, do you want him as the villain?
They should have thought about
Shazam
that when
too?
they cast
Yeah.
Zach as
Yeah.
the.
Because he's a Magneto type. He's a Magneto. He's not a villain. He's trying to save his people.
a diplomat.
Right. He's trying to save his people. So I wouldn't have mind him being the villain at Cross Purpose because that was the whole point.
You have a problem with The Rock playing the layers of the role.
Well, you know, I always
You
feel,
think Rock could play a diplomatic Black Adam?
No.
Because when you
No.
I just thought of the frequency.
Why
I'm
not?
like,
no,
The Rock playing diplomatic anything.
no.
Yeah.
Name when he's done it.
every movie he's been in, he's always charismatic.
When he won WrestleMania 20.
Charismatic and diplomatic are very different.
Charismatic. Oh,
Charismatic and diplomatic, very different.
He switched like diplomatic.
Y'all sound like y'all talking about Charis One and diplomats. What y'all
No,
saying?
charismatic and diplomatic are two totally different things. Charismatic is charm. Diplomatic means I can go to your country, I can talk you off, I can talk you down.
I graduated
Soundwave
in
is
third grade. I
diplomatic.
do know what those words mean.
Not charismatic.
Yeah.
So you're saying that he's not diplomatic.
I'm saying that the character of The Rock tends to be bigger than the roles he plays. When you look at him, you see him. You don't see him as black. You don't see him as. No one knows the name. Who sitting here knows his Fast and the Furious character name?
Hobbs.
Only because there was a
I love
movie.
that movie. I can't wait till Friday.
Wait a minute, you love what movie?
You love Hobbs and Shaw?
Oh,
Yeah, I did like that. That was a good action.
Oh, I can't trust you with nothing no more, Max.
Wait a minute.
I can't trust you.
Hold
with
on.
nothing.
You like the first Avengers movie, so.
So to be fair, the
I
movies
didn't say I liked it. I said it whole. I just
It
liked the
don't
story.
hold shit.
I said I
Anything
like the
Lost
story.
Week
let me show you how powerful The Rock is.
But you like Hobbs and Shaw? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's like liking Halloween 3 over Halloween 1, man.
The
Come
end
on,
of Hobbs
man.
and Shaw was garbage.
Those are fighting words.
But
That's like liking Halloween
we
3
have
over
proven the
Halloween
point.
Halloween 3 is terrible, man.
we have proven the point with The Rock.
you say about my
He just
mama?
took over the whole shit just because he's in a movie that we talking about.
Exactly.
It became
This
about
is
The
Rock
Rock.
first superhero movie.
This is how The Rock does, though. See, he's taking over. We even right here on our show. Now we talking about The Rock. We let him take over.
We wouldn't talk about that.
We wouldn't even talk about The Rock.
talking about
The
this
Rock
movie.
take over.
No,
Now it's become about The Rock. Now it's
nobody
all
else.
about
We
The
get
Rock.
into the person. No other movie we talked about.
Friday.
We didn't talk about Tom Hiddleston.
Yes, we did.
We didn't say, hey, what about Crimson Peaks? No, we didn't say, hey, we talk about Loki, let's talk about Crimson Peak.
Right.
Let's talk
mediocre horror film.
right. We said let's talk about Crimson Peak. We didn't say that.
We ain't go into nothing.
But when the minute The Rock came up, he was like, oh, Hobbs and Shaw.
The Rock.
The Rock.
It's always telling Rock.
It up, man.
I'm glad you here with me, man.
The Rock.
You see this
What
shit?
a Hobbs and Shaw. I ain't bring up Hobbs and
Nobody
Shaw.
said nothing.
The Rock.
Brought up The Rock. And
Well,
you,
Wilson, go
No, but he
back.
was like he said The Rock was diplomatic. He said The Rock. You asked me a question, and now the personality of The Rock is taking over.
And that's what happened.
That's what happens. See, you drop Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the conversation. It stops being
It
about the
becomes
movie. It becomes
Rock.
about Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, that's not true.
he was sitting down talking to Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I could care less.
No, because that's the
Oh
thing.
my
This is what we
God.
talking about though.
Care less.
What?
I could care less.
What?
I could care less.
As awesome
I
as
could
that
care
would
less.
be if he could
And here,
convince.
let's get it on camera right now. Fuck the Snyderverse. From Coach Esau.
Hell no.
Let's get it on camera. Fuck the Snyderverse. Fuck it.
No.
This is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all wanted.
No.
This is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all brought me to. It brings you back to me. It brings you back.
Oh, my goodness.
DC has had the wackest movie universe since the inception of it.
Hell no.
And you know what, Maxie? I'm about to say it right now. Fuck your love of the Justice League movie. Fuck it. Fuck all of it. It's scorched earth. They need to reboot that shit. It's been shitty from the start. And there's no saving it. There's no saving it.
You mean shitty like some little shitty horror
It's
movie?
no shade. It's no saving it. Aquaman, trash. Shazam, just decent. Wonder Woman, okay. Batman versus Superman, ass crack. Justice League, Rhino on AIDS, ass crack.
Wonder Woman sequel.
Hey,
Wonder Woman sequel is beyond putrid.
Hey.
Beyond putrid.
Ain't no laughing behind that.
Beyond putrid.
That shit
Hey.
real.
you need a hug, man?
No, I don't need no hug. I don't need a hug, man.
Inevitable motherfucker.
This what we knew was gonna happen. We
I
knew
don't
this
need
was
a-
gonna happen when we started talking DC.
I don't.
Gonna go off.
I don't need a hug.
Anti-DC.
I don't need a hug. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
I like
DC,
Batfleck.
Let's be clear. DC animation, dope. DC comics, dope. DC movies, garbage.
They're bad, but they're not CW
your
bad.
opinion.
But they're not
That's
CW
your
bad.
opinion.
And I'm sticking by it. I stuck by it on the podcast in 2019. I'm sticking by it now, post-pandemic,
And you're still
pre-pandemic.
wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong,
It's all
man.
right to be wrong.
I'm not wrong, man.
At least you're consistently wrong.
I'm not wrong, man.
So as we were saying, DC movies, he don't like them. He hates them.
They've been garbage.
I think they're
They're
okay.
not.
Some of them are better than others. Like Wonder Woman sequel was trash. It was stupid.
That was trash.
Aquaman, they threw everything in that movie possible. There really is no reason for a
I
sequel.
like Mr. Nimbus better than Aquaman.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I still like Aquaman.
I would rather watch
Aquaman
Mr.
was-
Nimbus.
You
Yeah,
like,
man.
wait, you like Aquaman and Hobbs and Shaw? We can't
The
hang
baby
out
can't
there.
wait. Hold on.
I
You
don't
go
like
get that
Aquaman.
hug. Don't forget about the hug.
I don't want no hug for nobody like Hobbs and Shaw.
That's all right though. I'm inevitable.
Tyrese?
Yeah, let's talk about
No,
it.
but
Chris.
the point being is Aquaman's a character I have never cared about in my life, even as a
Same.
kid. For James Wan to create that world and make it viable and entertaining and engaging.
So here's my thing.
So that's my thing. It's not like it's, oh my God, mind-blowingly great, but it is still a solid effort. And I like James Wan as a director.
But Jason Momoa playing Aquaman
Right.
is really Jason Momoa playing Lobo playing Aquaman.
I prefer Lobo.
He should have been Lobo.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really
Yeah.
consider the person that they were casting and
Yeah.
what his
I
real
prefer
personality
Lobo.
is.
If he was Lobo,
He's not Aquaman.
would have knocked it out the park.
He's acting like Lobo. Is he not?
And that's what gave him an edge. Because Aquaman's boring.
That
Say it
movie
again.
was
Say it
born.
again.
Aquaman's boring.
Say it
by
movie
again.
was born.
So that's why they threw everything in that movie. Like this nigga was fucking Uncharted doing treasure
Yeah.
hunting. He was in the desert. Aquaman was in the fucking desert.
That's awesome.
No, it's not.
It is. He was talking his father's
Aquaman
original
was in the desert?
stormtroopers.
Yes, he was in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
The Aquaman was
What that, DMX?
he was all over the world.
With Mira. He was-
Yeah. He was everywhere doing everything. They threw everything in this film. Like every version of every movie you could think of in sci-fi and comics was in one movie because they didn't have shit to do with Aquaman. So they just threw him doing a bunch of random adventures real quick. Here, go there. Oh yeah, let's have him go with
But
this.
still,
Let's do this
at the end
horror
of the day-
scene.
At the end of the day, the movie still held up. It's
No,
better-
he held up. Jason Momoa sold that film. The movie,
James Wan created that world.
it don't matter. If you had took him out of that film and put anybody else's Aquaman, that shit would have
Nah,
tanked.
some of the technical shots went
Yeah, some of the technical shots, yeah.
So, but that's the same thing with Wonder Woman. The scenes look good.
But no,
not Wonder Woman.
Patty
Which one?
messed up the ending.
The 84?
In the,
Or
in the
85? The 81?
No,
The first one was all Zach and
Yeah,
Deborah.
that's Zach.
That's
Yeah, I
Zach
thought
and
the
Deborah.
Snyderverse that
Yeah.
y'all
yeah, I didn't say that. I like the Snyder cut.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Light
calm
that up.
I'm
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
need to
calm
light that
myself
up.
down.
Yeah.
I'm
What's
gonna move
wrong with
past.
you?
Smoke if you got 'em.
I'm gonna move past this DZ conversation because y'all done.
We can't. That's what we're here for.
Because, dude,
I'm moving past it, man.
Because we here to talk about.
The solid stance from me. I can
Hater.
only speak for myself. Is that
Thank God.
I have not enjoyed much of the DC cinematic universe.
That's fair.
Me personally. So there you go. And yes, I'm not gonna trust someone who likes Hobbs and Shaw because Hobbs and Shaw was garbage.
It was an entertaining movie when you turn your brain off, just like Fast.
Hold on.
I shouldn't have to turn my brain
That
off
doesn't
to
even
enjoy
sound
anything.
right to say.
It
I get
kinda
what you're
does.
saying, mindless entertainment, but Hobbs and Shaw was not even on like the Fast and Furious series is mindless entertainment.
Actually,
The Mummy and Mummy Returns is mindless entertainment.
Hell no. But then hold on.
Wait,
First
you
of all,
don't like Mummy and Mummy Returns, but you like Hobbs and
I
Shaw.
like Mummy and Mummy Returns. Yeah, not the third one.
Okay, yeah, that Tomb of the.
That
shit,
with
the
Jet Li?
Hitman White, the Hitman White Bodyguard is a brain.
Yeah, that's mindless. But
Shout
that
out
Hobbs
to
and
Selma
Shaw,
Hayek.
while it was
Yeah,
entertaining,
but you still, it's click.
Right.
then you watch it. You can't tell me you like the end of that movie.
I don't
Which
want
one?
to turn when I
Hobbs
watch
and
it.
Shaw.
When I watch
Wait,
a
what they-
DC movie,
Wait, I want to say this. Now, fuck all that. DC should not be making no mind. We was talking about DC movies.
Yes.
DC should not be making no click your mind off movies. They got
Exactly.
way too
Thank
much.
you.
I
They
didn't
got
say that
way
about
too
me.
much.
I didn't say
They
that
got
about-
way too much material
I
and
didn't say that about
narrative.
DC movies. We talking about
Aquaman.
Fast and Furious. I ain't say Aquaman
Fuck
was
Fast
turn-
and Furious. We ain't talking about that shit.
I
on
didn't say
here.
turn your mind off for
well, I feel,
Aquaman.
I feel,
didn't say
but
that.
I
But we
feel,
talking about DC
I
movies.
feel-
so
I
let's
feel
get
that
I
on
didn't say
topic.
turn your mind off for that.
I feel that the DC movies. ask me.
We
to,
shouldn't have no argument about turning off your brain because
Exactly.
we never do
We
that.
never
that's
turn
not
off
even a
brains.
thing.
That's- We don't do that.
We don't do that. We don't.
And we
promote
want to
turning
know,
off your
y'all
brain.
tell us out there what
If you
y'all
like
think
the
about
movie, that's
DC.
dope. No disrespect to anybody, but ain't no turning off your brain here, man. Let's conversate, and we're not gonna fight for turning off your brain. That's not.
Not at
It's
all.
not a
That's not
fight.
counter.
At the
That's
end of
kind of
the day, Most
counterproductive.
of it's for entertainment, and then there are a lot of redeemable things about a lot of the situations. Some things I just can't deal. Like I can't deal with Godzilla and Kong. That to
That's
me
to
is
turn off your brain.
That's
Wait,
the
but
worst
they're the
shit
same thing.
in the history of movies.
Wait a minute, Kong versus Godzilla is
That
Hobbs and
shit-
Shaw.
No, it's not. I actually like Hobbs and Shaw. I couldn't even like stand 5 minutes of fucking Kong and that
So you don't
goddamn
think
lizard.
Hobbs and Shaw is an intellectual value? There's intellectual value to Hobbs and Shaw.
I thought the idea what they were talking about, some of the science and stuff with the enhance the Idris Elba character and what they're doing and stuff and that. The superfluous thing, not superfluous, but the extra intimate details of the story were better than the actual execution. I mean, I know people ain't not gonna like do a four-wheeler or implode the building.
Wait.
But then how's that different from reading comic books?
Hold on. So the plot of the movie was better than the execution of the movie.
That
That's
sounds like
what-
a bad
that-
movie.
That sounds like DC movies. The plots are better than
No,
the
that doesn't.
execution.
Yeah, actually, that's a fact.
The
No,
plots
that's
are
not-
better than the execution. There has not been a DC movie that, in my opinion,
In your
that has been very cohesive and they've had good plots. They've definitely have good. Oh, I see what you're trying to tell me, but your execution is horrible.
So you're saying Man of Steel was bad?
Man of Steel. Oh, Kaz, will you please tell him how?
No,
do
no,
not.
no,
let's
no,
not.
no.
We cannot. We don't have a whole
No,
episode to
no,
spend on
no.
Man of Steel.
We're going to have to talk about that another time.
No.
So you say Joker's bad?
Well, let's talk about Joker.
Let's get into Joker.
Let's just
Walk
talk about
into the
Joker.
Joker.
Let's move to the
Let's just walk
character
into
of the
the
Joker
motherfucking Joker.
himself.
Joker,
Yeah.
Joker across the board. Is,
Joker across the board. Thank you. I'm so glad we moved on to this.
All right,
Segue.
Joker.
We're still
Joker.
talking DC. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Still
but-
talking DC.
But remember, I
motherfucker.
love DC Comics.
All right, well, Joker in plenty of movies too.
He's in a couple.
Matter of fact, he
So, what
killed
you,
the actor.
so you didn't like Joker in any movies?
I like Joker in several movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, did you consider the movies that Joker was in as good?
Some of the Batman films as we know, are good films.
So you're talking like Michael Keaton, the original Batman.
Michael Keaton and Heath Ledger,
Okay,
not
Dark
Jared
Knight.
Leto.
Okay, Jared Leto's Joker.
Not
I
Jared Leto.
didn't mind him in Snyderverse and have a small dose.
Are we talking about in Suicide Squad?
No, hell no. Fuck
That's-
no.
that's the Snyder-
terrible.
That's the Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah, that's the
No,
Jared
no.
Leto
I'm
Joker.
only talking about the
From-
Snyder cut.
That's
at the
not-
end.
Oh, that little cut.
that little cut's nothing.
That's not.
That
That don't hold any weight to the Joker.
But
No, it doesn't. But it did because it dealt with
But
a
it
lot
was
with
the same
Batman.
Joker.
It dealt with a lot of. But then, like in the movie was terrible. Suicide Squad.
No, but the Joker's character in that, do you like his version of the Joker?
I would have liked to have seen a more flushed out version of him than what was presented.
A more fleshed out. Okay.
Well, the character.
All right, well, let's go to the core of the Joker.
Let's go
real
to the
quick.
so the Joker shows up in Batman comics many
Batman
moons
1.
ago. He becomes the quintessential Batman opposite.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's become the chaos to Batman's order.
Right.
Yeah.
Every time the Joker shows up, he has been something different. But definitively in the 80s, he took a deadly turn.
Okay.
There was the darkening of the Joker, where pretty much once Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns came out, and
Yep.
and shows us the Joker snapping his own neck to frame Batman.
Yeah.
It took the Joker at that point took a decidedly Batman in general took a decidedly darker turn, but
That
the
was
Joker became
after the Comic
way
Code
more
Alliance,
murderous.
right?
Yeah, the Joker became way more murderous in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
We see several stories from the Man Who Laughs
The
to
Killing
Killing
Joke.
Joke.
Killing Joke. Yeah.
Death in the Family.
Death in the
Yeah.
Family. I mean, so in the Killing Joke, he paralyzes Batgirl. In Death in the Family,
makes Gordon look at her pictures of her body, naked body, his daughter's body.
Yeah, that was pretty dark.
Joker's-
But Frank Miller hated the purity of a lot of things in DC because when he did C2E2 a few years ago,
Right.
he was saying that's why he came up with the Batman versus Superman line. He hated Superman, and he was like,
Legitimately
man,
so.
you got the smartest, the greatest detective ever. I want him to find a way where he could take him down.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then like the turn with the Joker, the Dark Knight. Yeah, you're right. That's all Frank Miller, because he wanted to go in that direction.
Yeah.
So the Joker becomes the preeminent psychopath of comics, pretty much. Like as we know it, his body count is one of the highest ever.
Homicidal maniac.
There are so many
There's
stories.
a book called Soft Targets.
Yes.
where it
Yeah.
talk about
Yes, there definitely.
a lot
And
of the victims.
the Joker becomes this centralized, polarizing figure. So we get the Michael Keaton Batman movie, which even further progresses
Now
the image of the Joker.
let's break all this shit down because
Yeah.
like Jack Nicholson is one of my favorite actors, and just think that he just stepped into this role. He was predestined for this role, right? He did One That Flew Over Cuckoo Nest,
Shining.
then The Shining. First two movies, right?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson has always had a handle on.
He
playing.
played crazy very well.
He plays.
That's
crazy.
my point.
He's
plays
not
crazy
playing.
very
He
well.
could
He's
play
not playing.
crazy very fucking well. Give me the
Actually-
bat, Wendy. I'm not
Actually-
gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bash your
Actually,
fucking
I-
brains in.
I
Like,
thought he was gonna
yo,
play Wolverine at the Wolf.
He should.
yo, that's
He should
the right
have.
height.
yeah.
Yeah,
I would've liked to
if
see
that movie had come out at that time, that would have
Yeah.
been prime. It would have been prime time for him to
That would have been
to
perfect.
do that. But the Joker itself, the character of the Joker, from comics to animation to film, has always provided this bright darkness. It is a bright dark. He's colorful. There's nothing subtle.
But the
about
evil
Joker.
contrast
But the evil contrast.
Right.
is just so intense as well as the color.
Exactly. So
It
That's the
matches.
trick.
It matches.
So as things come out, and as we see, like we've seen the trailer to the Long Halloween now,
Yeah.
animated. The Joker is definitely a central figure in the Batman world, but is he overexposed at times? Do we get overexposure of the Joker, because they do tend to the Joker tends to be like the quintessential Batman photo, throw in
Well,
everything.
DC.
Well, only because Batman is used too much.
I was about to say DC lends on Batman a lot.
a lot.
Too
Exactly.
much. Too much.
They do lean
But
on Batman a lot.
I asked this question: is there a Metropolis narrative? Do you know these other places as much as you know Gotham City?
The only other city we know as well as
You
Gotham.
know.
Star City, like nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody knows and care about this
I
shit.
like the
so
Flash.
Yeah.
Central City.
Central City.
City.
Whatever.
I never heard Central City shout
I
out.
was
Nobody
just there
cares about
last week.
Central City.
Never heard.
Hey, what I mean, like,
Well, I mean, DC has several.
So why is
fictional cities.
Batman this target and why is Joker? So let's. Can I talk about the Joker?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Why I like the Joker? The Joker is my. I like villains.
Of course.
My number one villain has to be the Joker. Complex, very smart, dangerous character that actually is very psychotic, and he flips it. He's crazy, but Batman is crazy. Batman is crazy.
Batman is the real crazy one.
He's the real crazy one. He dresses as a bat and fight armed criminals bare-fisted with
And beats
no
the-
regards.
beats the fuck out of him.
You do this for no payment every night?
For fun.
For fun, fam. And you rich.
So you don't even have to do shit.
Nah, you're crazy. You're crazy.
I mean,
But then-
Batman,
And he pushes that and he provokes that, and that's the whole thing. And he breaks a lot of fourth walls.
wait, didn't Batman Begins kind of get into the psyche of Batman as having the emptiness of just being the rich guy that didn't have to do anything?
He
well, that
knows.
was the angle of Nolan's Batman.
He tried it.
Yeah, that was the angle of that was definitely the angle of Nolan's Batman.
Right.
I mean, just in
But
general.
But
truthfully,
in general, I mean, Batman is a traumatized kid that never got the therapy.
never got over
He
it.
he never got over. He can't let mommy and daddy go.
Yeah, yeah.
He can't let him go, and he has twisted that. He's twisted his love for his parents into this twisted love for Gotham, because now that is his excuse. He's a Gotham needs me. Gotham.
Yeah, he created
I'm here
this-
for God. He prioritizes
I was reading the Joker,
Gotham.
the new Joker book, and he brought up a point of how the system is. He's just a pawn of the system of how, and this was even stated in was that Doomsday Clock when Oxy was confronting him. Batman, you're the problem.
Yeah.
The system is not designed to eliminate crime. It's eliminate to recycle it. All you're going to do is beat the fuck out the criminals, get them arrested, they go to Arkham, and they break out. That's the system. It's designed for that. Batman, you ain't knowing about shit. You're just a pawn.
Right.
You're just helping out the system. There's never a resolution. Even Batman with Oxy conversation. Oxy was like, yo, fam, at least I did some shit. Like, yo. And he broke down the same thing. Like,
You have done nothing.
you do nothing.
In fact, it gets worse
you
because
make it
of him.
worse.
It's because of him that shit escalates.
Well, yeah, escalation is definitely the theme of the Bat books.
Yeah.
And that is what the Long Halloween actually depicted that way before any movie did. The Long Halloween showed the transition of mobsters to freaks.
Yeah.
As the mobsters got desperate. I mean, you can even use the Long Halloween as the inspiration for the Dark Knight
Really?
for the Christopher Nolan, because the mobsters, Falcone got desperate. So he started reaching out to these weirdos and freaks.
Others,
Okay.
yeah.
He
similar.
started reaching out, that's
Because they were scared of the bats.
Right.
Yeah.
I see why you guys do your little meetings during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the whole. When you look at the comic, The Long Halloween in its entirety, it's the full transition of mob to freak. By the end of the book,
The mobs got taken over by freaks.
the mobs are gone, and Batman is left with nothing
The
but
circus.
the circus.
Yeah.
A circus.
That is the whole entire structure of the Long Halloween. And so you are definitely right. Batman created his own problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
He created his own
Yeah.
problems. I mean, there are some. I mean, there are some things he couldn't be responsible for. Like,
so could the
but-
Joker, like Batman? See, Joker's like, I give him a deity type style too, because like he come back and he's the different form. Some people say he's the devil
but
incarnate.
that's who he
even killed the
is.
actor. You know what I mean?
That's the purpose of the Joker. The Joker doesn't have an identity. He even said himself, I don't, like he said, I like having my history be multiple choice. That
Well-
was in the Killing Joke.
But wait a minute. So which Joker are we talking about? We talking about the Joker that had a bad day? That's
They're all the same Joker.
it's all the same person.
It's all the same
all the
person.
same.
That's
It's
the
all
whole
same
point.
person. That's the
We're
whole
talking about
point.
multiple personalities.
Well,
The-
it's the fact that he has freedom. He does not confine himself to any rule.
like I
doesn't
said,
have
he
to
cut
be the
his
same.
face off in one.
Right, Scott.
Yeah.
Grant Morrison, I think, pretty much said it best and set the tone for Jokers after he wrote the Joker. Is that the Joker's psychosis and madness manifests itself in different ways each time he has an opportunity to express himself.
It responds
So
to the
yes,
stimuli.
is there a chance that he may just paint some faces on something and giggle and be harmless? Yes. There's also the chance that he's going to dump acid on
The
somebody.
fucking smiling fish.
There's also the chances that he just may shoot you in the face. There's a chance that he may rob a bank. These are all within his realm because nothing is off limits.
So
to him.
is life reality a joke to him?
The joke that the Joker has said he's always been trying to tell is that none of this matters.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what he does. He
Right.
tries to dismantle your ideology, your philosophy, your values.
Because he did that with Commissioner Gordon in The Killing Joke.
Right.
Yeah.
When
Definitely.
he shot his daughter,
And-
paralyzed her,
Yeah.
took his ass to the fucking place, stripped him down, and made him look at the footage.
Yeah.
And no
Yeah.
telling what he be doing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't that in the
he
House
was-
of Mirrors?
yeah.
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 That was
yeah.
even crazier.
Yeah.
He did the same thing when he killed Jason Todd. That was about Batman, just deconstructing Batman's
Psyche.
philosophy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants everybody
And that's
to
the
think-
whole thing. He pushes to the limit. He pushes.
Yeah.
He sees what if he could
And
tap
to,
you.
and to top it off, not only in Death in the Family did he kill Jason Todd, he had assured that he himself diplomatic immunity. Because remember, he became the czar of that country. So
Right.
he kills him and then says, "Guess what? You can't even arrest me for it. I have diplomatic immunity." He did all of that
trying to push Batman
just to push Batman's
Joker
buttons.
ain't crazy, man.
I mean, come
In
on.
fact,
and,
Joker might be the only one who isn't.
There you go.
and
Yeah.
There you go.
And to not be confused with Death of the Family, where
he got
Joker
thing.
goes to each member of the Bat family and says, "I've known who you all have been all
the
along.
time.
Yeah.
Like I could have done
That's
this.
the joke, nigga.
Right, I could have done this to you at any time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just chose to do it now."
So wait, what's the ultimate joke? Is life itself a joke? The construct of society
Well-
and the ideal of order.
Depends on how he wakes up.
Yeah,
because
because sometimes he
Yeah.
says the punchline to his joke is his death. Batman committing the murder. He wants Batman
Yeah, sometimes
to
he
kill
wants
him.
sometimes he wants Batman to kill him, and
somebody,
then
yeah.
other times he doesn't. It all depends on how he wakes up that day.
Yeah, he doesn't follow a plan. He's a dog chasing his tail.
He just
As he
does. He
said.
just
And then,
does
like,
whatever.
Either Heath Ledger said, like, if I caught it, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. That I mean, even in DC Comics, there's a story called Emperor Joker, where he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
Right.
where he gets Mr. Mixoplex's powers and takes over the world, and he still didn't know. He had everything at his fingertips and still didn't have a plan. There was nothing. He was just like, I just want the Flash to run because he runs. Like, so I'm put him on this trend. Like, he didn't have, like, he got all this ultimate power, took over the world, and it was still nothing but
Still
chaos.
trivial shit.
And so, yeah.
It was still
that's-
chaos.
That's like pure entropy.
Yeah, he's
there's,
Yeah.
There's
He-
no structure.
He's an agent of chaos.
He is an agent of chaos, which is funny because actually in DC Comics they have things that are set up to stop such things, and the Joker is one of the few that eludes it. The Spectre, by the DC Comics rules, would have taken out the Joker a long time ago.
So why he stay alive? Like Superman
That-
kills
no one,
him in
no one
Injustice.
knows. No one knows.
Why he stay alive, man?
No one knows.
'Cause
Even
the
the
Joker-
Red Hood, like,
The
yo,
Superman
fam,
guy-
you killed me, fam. Blood.
I guess Superman, that's an alien, don't have no patience for that, and just Injustice line, just
Yeah, I mean,
Well, Superman is always one event short of
and
losing it.
Injustice, Injustice shows us that Injustice, he actually, he kills the
gave him
Joker.
right.
Yeah, he
Like punch straight through him.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yo.
It punches hard out.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, no one knows that. Well, obviously the Joker has plot
What's
armor.
Joker's body count versus like?
The closest would be he'd probably be Thanos without a snap.
No, the closest mortal body count would have to be Frank Castle.
Okay,
Fair,
okay.
fair.
Frank
okay,
Castle.
Frank
Yeah,
Castle.
Frank.
Yeah,
Okay.
the only other person that has a body count as high as Joker is the Punisher, because the Punisher
Fair enough.
wades through from front door to back door.
And yeah.
From front door
The
to
maid.
back door.
Oh, you work for him?
right.
Oh, all y'all.
Right.
Fair fight.
Right.
Let's go.
Frank's like, oh, you made him a sandwich on Tuesday. Like, you gotta go.
You sold him shoes.
Blam. Yeah. So yeah,
Sheesh.
I would say the Punisher's body
Yeah,
count.
Well, that's even.
Frank kills the chef.
That's even.
Yeah.
That's even.
But the Joker doesn't have even any.
But
it's
Frank Castle
random.
has a direction of
Yeah,
what he's
Joker
doing.
kills randomly.
Yeah, that's
and he will
that's
kill
the
somebody
thing.
that has no purpose and like there's no
Right.
value to their death except
This-
that was the person that was there.
So does life matter to this guy?
No,
Nothing matters to
Nothing
him.
matters to him.
Nothing. He is antimatter.
he is entropy.
Philosophically
Yeah,
antimatter.
he is chaos.
Yeah, I'm about to say
100%.
not physically.
Yeah, he is chaos.
We just have to be clear with that one.
Yes,
He is chaos.
Physics.
100%.
It's fun.
Yeah, and the thing that's cool about Joker, which they always remind us, is that one of the things that makes him so scary is that we can't predict because we don't even know who he is.
No identity, no fingerprints.
Nothing. The closest we have is that there are times that the canon is that his name is Jack Napier. There's been times where they said that was canon.
There is definitively that he was the first
Do
one.
you want him to have identity?
I don't need to know the Joker's
no,
identity.
because that ruins it.
I don't want to know.
That's kind of what the Joker movie did, was took away the mystique, because again, if you know their origin, what made them become, then you also know what makes them tick. You can defeat them.
What about the three Jokers?
While that story went nowhere, and it did.
Because I thought it was going to be three Jokers, and they
Like,
break it
they all are
down.
working.
Like if it's going to be Jack Nicholson Jokers, for example, and then the Heath Ledger,
Right.
And then, but it was the criminal Joker. We're not going to use the either.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
use
yeah.
the criminal Joker from the book.
Yes.
Like the crazy one, the clowny, the crazy, and then the
Yeah.
gangster. You know what I mean?
It gave us all these interpretations of it. It gave us these different versions of it. Not even all the versions of them
No, that's just
as
the-
we've seen, just these three.
Right.
And I just kind of felt like that story ended flat. I felt like we started to get a peek behind this particular. I never want to know his name.
So you
That's
never
true.
wanted. Never wanted.
I was also one of the few people that didn't want to know anything beyond Wolverine being named Logan. I didn't need to know.
Yeah, I agree. The
I
James
agree
Howlett
with
I
that.
didn't, I didn't
I
need to know
agree with
James
that.
Howlett.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I
I
agree
kid
with
story
that.
that ruins
So
it
the
for me.
40s, 1800s, and all that shit.
No,
I
let's
didn't need
let's
to
start.
know
So
that.
you never liked the Logan, the books, those
I
little
didn't-
books.
I liked it after that part.
I was like, I guess if this is canon, it's cool, but I didn't need to know it. Like I felt I could have lived without
It
it.
took away
I feel
from
the,
him.
I feel the same about
What
the
did it
Joker.
take away though?
It
the
did to me.
mystique,
Yeah,
because that's why he was joining X-Men and running up
He
with
didn't
Charles,
remember who he
because he didn't
was.
remember who he was, and he really needed someone to search
to help
and
him.
find
I
that
got
for him.
that point, but then I don't understand.
So what? Okay, so think about it. You got this guy that's like has this feral rage, and he's just this badass, and he just be like fucking people up everywhere, and he's just like semi-psychotic. But then you find out, oh, he's just like, to quote like with Loki, he's just a scared little boy. Like the whole James Howlett thing when he was a little boy kind of ruins it for me.
Well, and here's the thing: they actually could have told me that story, Wolverine origin, until House of M made him remember it. I was fine with him not knowing. I'm okay with I was okay. Okay, you gave me the peek behind the curtain, so now I know. But guess what? Logan himself still doesn't know. Then House of M, when it got snapped, everything went back, gave him his full memory. So I'm okay. I guess I could say like this. With Wolverine, at least, I'm okay with knowing. I was dope with the character never knowing. With him never having that piece of his mind restored. With him always trying to figure out where I came from.
I get kind of boring after a while though.
Nah, because I like because that's a part of the play between Sabretooth and him. Because Sabretooth knows.
And see, I didn't want to know, and that's the other thing. I didn't want to. Sabretooth was so badass man, Uncanny X-Men 210.
Yeah,
210, man. Uncanny X-Men 210.
Okay,
Sabretooth shows up.
yeah.
We don't know nothing about this dude.
right.
yeah.
And we didn't need to know nothing about this dude.
nah.
He was a marauder, and he could go toe-to-toe with Wolverine.
Yeah.
That
Badass.
was it.
For hours.
That was it. And then every time he showed up
Pages and
after that,
pages.
every time before we even knew his name was Creed, when he was still just Sabretooth, every time he popped up, it was a treat. It was like,
Yeah.
You knew it was about to go down.
Yeah.
it was like, ooh, Sabretooth showed up.
Oh shit!
Man,
All right, I want this one.
the relaunch, X-Men issue 3, Sabretooth Omega Red. I was like, place your bets, fam.
yeah.
Place your bets. It's going down. I love the fact that we didn't know all of Creed and Logan's history. I love the fact that Creed knew more about it than Logan
That
did.
was the point.
That was torture for him.
And
That
he
was
used it.
torture.
He used it against him psychologically.
And I like the fact that he defined himself without knowing it. Like, and that was dope.
Well, yeah, that's always
He defined
Yeah.
himself without knowing
he
it.
did.
So when they made Wolverine remember, I was kind of like, that kind of, because then he was like, oh yeah, I'm James Howlett, this kid, all this stuff. I was like, oh, that kind of, and like his love for, because then they wrote in his love for redheads, so then that's why he was obsessed with Jean Grey.
yeah, he didn't know why before.
Yeah, he didn't like. I didn't need to know all that. So with the Joker,
So now
I
he
don't want to
consciously
know. With the Joker, I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know his real name. The only thing I like that is 100% certain is that he was the first Red Hood. That's it.
And then even that might not be true.
And even that could be untrue.
Because, or at least certain variations of how that story goes, because
Yeah.
he changes it.
I don't want to know the Joker's name. I don't want to know his backstory. I don't know where he
I
came
never want
from.
to know the Joker.
Yeah,
Nah, it
I've
takes it
never
away.
wanted to know.
So they were writing a Joker too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Where they going?
I don't under
I guess he's gonna do more stuff.
because they've claimed that he's not actually the Joker.
I guess he's gonna do more stuff.
Well, what stuff did he even do? Like,
Right.
it's, like I don't even know how that would work because he just got through killing the guy on TV.
Right. Well,
And-
he's locked up in the asylum.
No,
so,
he's not, is he?
Yeah.
He was running around.
No, he didn't get locked up.
Well, he was
They
walking
caught him and
in
then
the
he got
asylum.
escaped at the end. Remember, it went off.
He was
with-
walking in the hallway. We don't know if he stayed in the house.
And the thing is that particular person does not call himself the Joker. The movie is titled Joker.
No, he called
is-
himself the Joker at the end when he was on the sitcom. He said, "Introduce me as Joker."
Did he?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he did.
He did.
He
I
did.
forgot
He sure
that part.
did.
Yeah, he said, "Introduce
All
me
right.
as Joker."
No, by the end of the movie, he was
calling
But
himself
Joker.
the people
Yeah,
who
he
did
was
the
Joker.
film said this is not the Joker we know. So there's some stories that say there were two Jokers. There was
No,
the
there's
Joker
some
who.
stories say there's three.
Well, no, I'm saying like
I mean,
the Red Hood Joker, then
according to the
somebody
multiverse,
else.
there's 52 of them.
Well,
so.
in that
Yikes.
regard, or if there's at least 3 in every one, that's a whole nother multiplication.
52 Jokers?
if you go
52 Earths.
52 Earths,
Not all at the same time.
lots of chances to have a lot of Jokers.
That's sad.
As a crossover event. That would be great, like a Joker point.
That would be
Like all the Jokers
all
like,
the Jokers like they
beating
doing
each other, having
So
issues.
Loki and Joker compares. Are these guys the same?
Not even close. Not even close. No.
No.
Not even close.
Nah.
In fact, the closest person in Marvel that to me would be similar to Joker would be Sentry.
Actually, I would put Carnage closer to the Joker.
Well, in terms of I
I would put
Not
Carnage.
give a fuck.
the
Carnage-
murderer, yeah.
Body
Carnage
count.
has a power though. Joker has no power.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm just
Well,
saying,
in terms of mentality.
in terms of mentality and philosophy, Carnage
Right,
has a
but then
similar.
that
But
symbiote give him extra.
And he's not crazy. He's just a homicidal
But
maniac.
Joker just need a drum of gas and some.
Cletus
Right.
Cassidy was a
Right.
psychopath, but was a psycho before he got the suit.
That's true, but then like Joker
Yeah,
don't have a symbiote or nothing. He don't have anything to give him.
And that's the
edge.
dope thing about the
Right.
Joker.
That's why Joker's
is
a
that-
badass.
Yeah, it's like
He don't have anything.
no
He
powers.
outmaneuvers everybody. Even
Everything.
superpowered villains are scared of him.
Yeah. Like he walk in the room is shook.
They be like, "Who invited Joker?"
Right.
Oh, I invited myself.
They shook by this one dude, and
And he
that's a
comes
lot
in
of power.
alone.
With the exception, Lex Luthor has never been scared.
He never back down to nobody. But he don't like Superman.
But he don't
And
like
his-
Joker either, though.
Yeah, he don't like none of that shit.
Yeah.
He don't like none of that
But I'm
shit.
just saying, like Lex has come face to face with him several times and been like, "Yo,"
Oh, there's no budging.
he's like, "Yeah, I'm,"
Because he's
you
like,
got-
I know
and
crazy.
it's kind of mutual though, because Joker see it. It's like, all right, well, I ain't gonna. Fuck.
yeah, you ain't.
Yeah, because he be like, "You don't ever laugh at my jokes."
Yeah, it's like. So
Yeah, Lex don't play no game.
yeah, Lex don't play. Lex don't play.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
Joker.
Batman vs Superman was good. The 30-minute actual Snyderverse.
The Batman versus Superman movie was
No,
entertaining.
not the regular movie. The actual one with the 30 minutes put back in.
Okay. Okay, so I like Batman versus Superman as far as watching Batman do Batman shit. That's to me the Batman versus Superman movie showed Batman the most like the comic.
Now, don't get me wrong. Batman was bone crushing in that movie.
He
That
was
warehouse
perfect to
scene
me. That was the perfect
dope.
Batman.
So you like Affleck Batman?
I like Affleck Batman.
Oh, but then
That's my favorite
So let's
Batman.
get back to this DC movie talk. Flashpoint.
They don't. Then look. So everything that they're doing to me in Flashpoint is reactionary. The same way the Black Superman is reactionary to the fact that there's a Black Captain America.
we don't talk about Black Superman now. We don't talk about
No,
that.
because that's DC, ain't it? that's gonna be a DC
no,
movie,
that's
right?
one- no, see, here's a difference.
Yeah.
No, that's a bunch of suits trying to subvert what's actually a viable thing that hasn't been sabotaged every step of the way. See, that's
You
the
mean
one
kind of
thing-
like ending the Zack Snyderverse, right?
right? Those are
So-
suits. They just like look. That's like saying, look over there, squirrel. I mean,
High five.
instead of like having a cohesive story, which Snyder wanted, he wanted Man of Steel too. He wanted Brainiac as a Superman villain. Then do
So you're proving to us that DC sucks in movies,
no, I'm just proving that a bunch of suits in the boardroom could fuck up anything.
and they have.
And they have several times in
And,
this
and an
movie.
honorary.
Thing.
That's all
So-
right. I
so-
exploded earlier. I'm done now. I don't got to go back to
So
that.
yes,
I mean, Kevin Feige was a suit. He's
I mean,
the one that
Batman
made
is part of his
Sabretooth
DC
not know
thing.
who,
they
Wolverine
ruined
was.
fucking. They ruined Doomsday.
I would agree with that part.
Yeah,
They
did.
ruined one of the
the death
the
of Superman.
coolest fucking villains
Yeah,
that man
they
that Man of Steel
wasted
ever
that.
fought.
But then, like, the
Yeah.
death of Superman, what they did with the plot after that was still good.
Death of Superman came too soon. Wait,
Death of Superman came too soon. You
Yeah,
can't
like,
jump
nobody-
up
there was
and
no reason to
just
care. What
kill
did
Superman.
To be fair, think about it. In the context of the movies, what had he actually done that we cared that he died?
Right.
Remember, Snyder wanted to do Man of Steel 2. He couldn't do it.
So he still did the death regardless? That's like, no.
That's called creative writing.
It was called bad writing.
It's called creative writing. If you can't do what you want to do and you still...
You don't. There's a million other options
Yeah,
he could have
you
went
can
with
still do some
Superman.
other
Are you
stories.
sure?
There was no
Yeah.
Brainiac.
He wanted to do Brainiac. The suits didn't let him do it.
So the suits wanted him to particularly said you have to do Doomsday
yes.
and kill Superman.
They
Yeah.
wanted to kill Superman.
Yeah, but they've been doing Batman versus Superman since I Am Legend. Remember the
No,
poster
but
in the
you
movie?
can do Batman versus Superman, but you ain't got
But
to
then,
kill
like,
Superman.
They don't. You don't understand. They didn't know who Steppenwolf was.
Man, are you on payroll?
They didn't know. They
Let me
didn't
see
know
your WB card.
The suits didn't know none of those characters. All they knew was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and that's why in the movie version, that's all you see.
Well,
And
that
it's-
is Justice League.
Yeah, just ask him for his
No, but then,
ask him for his
like,
WBID card and his Fast and Furious membership
Actually, my whip is outside.
with magnets in it.
And it
probably.
can swing on vines.
It defies gravity. That thing doesn't avoid the physics of the laws of physics at all.
But
Said entertainment, but the whole thing with God's Eye.
And Tyrese could drive these cars.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
And not give away the plot to other people.
That's not entertaining. But the idea of the God's Eye, for instance, that's a real thing.
The what? Wait, what are we talking about?
The God's Eye, which is one of the main plot lines of the whole series. They turned some as simple thugs doing like oil tanker heists to a damn international spy movie. And they retconned the two worst movies.
So you mean Vin Diesel basically took the Triple X concept and put it
No,
inside
not
of...
Vin Diesel. Justin Lin did that.
Nah, man, you giving
No, Vin
partial
Diesel got
credits.
that-
You can't talk about this. This is nonsense. 'Cause you giving partial credits. No, not that multiverse. This one over here. You can't
I mean, but
TVA the
isn't that
credit.
what we were doing
Yeah, he
for the
doing it.
past
You
hour and a
TVA
half?
the credits.
We just did that for an hour and a half. What the hell are y'all talking about?
So,
so
full circle.
to bring it back
Full
home,
loop.
to bring it way back to Joker.
Sheesh.
We went way beyond the pale there.
We did the Joker.
I am the Joker. You're welcome.
Thank you, Maxie. You are chaos.
Yeah,
indeed.
you are a joker.
You are
What you say there?
the Joker has become the quintessential Batman villain. He is what we recognize from movies to animated to the comics.
Shout out to Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Shout out to Mark
oh, my
Hamill,
goodness.
who
Kevin
played-
Conroy and Mark Hamill
who-
together.
Yeah.
Who the animated Joker is amazing. Mark Hamill, just absolutely amazing.
And on the Arkham games.
And on the
Yeah,
Arkham games,
absolutely.
Give credit
Held
where credit's
down
due.
that
He held,
character.
yes.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill is the definitive Joker for me.
Okay.
For me.
And that's the second DC villain he's ever played.
Yeah, because he was a trickster.
Yeah, he was the trickster.
in the live action Flash series
On
in
the original
90s.
Flash, yep.
That's and if you watch that, you can see elements of the Joker.
Yeah.
In the trickster
You see the
character.
early- yeah,
You see
yeah.
the start.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
who's
You see
the
the
trickster?
start. The trickster is the Flash villain.
Yeah, he's one of his rogues.
He's one of the Flash rogues. In the early 90s Flash live action series, Mark Hamill was the trickster in the live action show, and you can
Yeah.
and vocally you can hear the start of the Joker. And it wasn't too long after that he got the role of the Joker on the
Yeah.
animated series.
And the Flash that was on that old show is actually the Flash's dad on the new show.
So yeah, they've linked
Oh, on
it.
CW? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I was-
they've linked them all
And they did
together.
have him place Flash in one of the Flashpoint
Yeah.
angles, yeah.
Yep, they had him play Flash,
Which
as
was
well.
pretty cool. Do you never saw that old Flash?
No, I never seen the whole Flash. I never seen half the Batman series.
Oh, okay.
The Batman animated series is an amazing show.
That's great.
like broke barriers.
And
in
it was a
regards to,
live-action Flash, by the way.
Animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're
Because
talking
it's
about.
like
CW.
more adult based
No, before
Yeah.
then.
themes
Before
on
that?
that shit.
Yeah, we talking about a Flash from the 80s was live action.
Nah, I do not remember that at all.
Yeah, it aired on CBS.
It was good.
John Wesley Shipp was the Flash. It had the guy who played Muntz was also a police officer on
Yeah.
it. It had two seasons,
Yeah, it was good.
Wait,
Yeah.
what year was this?
like 88, 89.
Yeah, somewhere
Aired on
86,
CBS,
87.
Like, yo, it's like 88.
I wasn't in the house a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It was in the house on TV.
I wasn't watching TV like that then. I was in the streets.
in the house in the streets.
I never heard of that.
You
Flash.
was cooking?
he went from the kitchen to the block. Kitchen to the corner. I was kitchen to the corner.
I had computers putin', man.
Pusha Max.
But yeah, we look forward to more Joker action in the upcoming future. And as we bring this episode to its end, to the close here,
Yes, yes.
why don't we just talk about a few of the things that we've been reading, that we've been checking out, things that you've been interested in, piqued your interest, whatever that may be. Kaz, what you been reading? What you
Oh.
been doing lately, man?
I've been reading a lot of shit. I've been reading this damn Loki. I'm getting to know the trials of Loki, which is dope, man. Just Loki and mischief and just doing evil shit, but it's minor. It's never just big things, and that's his role. So I'm just getting to know Loki a little bit more. And what else I've been reading? actually just read up on the Joker #1, and that's broke down the little theories about the Joker and shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he always come different, always but this time he was isolated and the trouble went after him.
Okay.
So he was the hunted, and then it kind of break down a whole thing because like Gordon is one of the hunters and he came first, and you would think that they was going to box, but they end up getting a camaraderie. It's like, it's still Joker style. I'm going to tie you up and all this shit, but I ain't going to kill you. You know what I mean? Like we cool.
I like you.
It's not I like you, but he was like, you let Batman do all this bullshit.
So let me have a run.
Yeah, dude. It's like but seriously, you let Batman run around here, beat us up, and this motherfucker crazy. Tell me Batman ain't crazy.
Oh, we all know he's crazy.
Why y'all pushing that? Because he said you are the centerpiece. You ground him. If he didn't have you, Batman would have went crazy on his own.
Oh yeah, Gordon is Gordon definitely
gives him a sense of direction.
Gordon and Alfred, and now without Alfred, because in the books Alfred's dead.
Yeah, Alfred's one of those.
In the books, Alfred's dead. So Gordon is one of the few pieces left, along with him and the new the guy Signal are one of the few people keeping him grounded these days. But yeah, you make excellent point. I've been meaning to check out that Joker book. I have not had a chance to read it yet. I myself have fallen back into the past with Conan. I on a whim, I was like, just run out the house. I was like, I'm gonna be sitting at this place for a long time. Need something to read. So I just grabbed something off my graphic novel shelf. And I actually kind of miss, man, the days where comics were just like 28 pages and got to the point.
That was comic books, though.
Yeah,
Pulp,
I mean,
the pulp stuff. Pulp fiction.
Like Conan starts off, it's like, hey, you're in the desert. Here's this thing. Conan's gonna kill it. It's dead. Next issue. It's uncomplicated. Even when it references itself, it's still like, oh, this happened in Conan issue 2. It was never like this story arc like that. This was way before.
It was issue by issue.
Right.
Story.
It was just issue by issue, single stories. If they happen to connect, they connected. But I'm just enjoying the sword and sorcery of it. Going back to those days where just stories were just kind of like real quick, real easy. And we were talking about body counts, man. Conan has a high body count.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I can see,
man, because sometimes it's just like
there's no questions, there's
right.
nothing, no jurisdiction.
Dude, you just punched in. You're like, I'm guard. I'm on second shift. Cha-ching. Conan's like, by crime, I want the jewel. Stab. Right, you just. Right, you
just a walkover at that point.
Right.
He had no beef with you. None. You was just showing up for work that night, and you got stabbed by Conan.
Sound like some Batman shit.
Man. And Conan's body count is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I would love to see someone one day write from the perspective, and this same for James Bond. I'm not going to segue out too far. James Bond and Conan go around the world bedding women left and right. I would love to hear the stories of their bastard children.
Just ask Wilt Chamberlain.
I would like to see someone take the angle of. I would love to see someone take the angle of, James Bond slept with me and I'm his son. Like, this is his kid.
That's kind of fucked up when you really think about it.
Man, Conan and James Bond both got outside of death body counts. They've bedded. Like, Conan go from book to book bedding barmaids.
So to be fair, Conan's women usually survive, so they probably did have babies, but I'm pretty sure most of James Bond women die.
Yes.
Yeah, most Bond women do.
Yeah, they do.
They die.
They do die.
So he gets them pregnant because he ain't worried.
Oh, that sucks.
I ain't got no worries.
Damn, James. But Ambi, what you been reading and checking out lately?
So this is not so much a read. I went to the Museum of Contemporary Art. The MCA, they had a history of Chicago comics 1960 to now. It's an exhibit that chronicles some of the early illustrators and comic creators, both from panels in magazines and newspapers to the actual print comics. And they talk about just how many of these people were in Chicago, from Chicago, and, made comics what they were. But it's kind of like a lot of unsung people, particularly the black comic illustrators and black comic creators back then. They actually had a book that I had got called It's Life as I See It, which chronicles the black cartoonist in Chicago from 1940 to 1980. And so I'm going to be reading this because this is the companion to the actual exhibit.
Word.
So I definitely recommend everybody, if they can, if y'all into comics at all, go, and you in Chicago, of course, go to the Museum of Contemporary Art and check out this exhibit. It's worth it.
We're going to have to go.
Oh, yeah,
I think we need a Fly Nerd trip.
Yeah, we definitely. And even though I know you're going to say Tokyo Drift, what have you been watching and reading lately, Maxie? Besides Hobbs and Shaw and Tokyo Drift, Fast and the Furious.
Are these turntables insured? Like if I flip it over, are they insured? But no, I personally really like Black Monday, especially season 3. They pull no stops. I mean, everything from meta jokes, from saying like, oh man, Kadeem Hardison, who was the ex-husband, like was in a different world and looked like an older version of Dwayne Wayne, to the congressman saying like I had to honor a cop and it was a police dog because that was the only officer we knew that wasn't a white supremacist. I mean, they go in.
What?
Yes. Season 3 goes in, and then the political jokes like how the right wing went with the Christian evangelicals and how they dictate policy. It's a really well made comedy with Don Cheadle, Regina Hall.
Yeah, I've watched
Andrew
the first 2
Winellis.
seasons.
Yes, it's season 3 is really good.
Yeah, this was
And-
recommended to me.
And as far as that book you
Same.
introduced me to last week, as far as the Black Quantum Mechanics,
Yeah.
it's very interesting because you think about things and you wonder how people exist and why people act the way they do. And you think about vibrations and everything from the music you listen to, how it makes you feel, to what you eat.
Yep.
You eat
Prince
that
made
stuff.
music at a certain frequency.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the first one to like, crime rap and Griselda and everything. But also, like, I'm looking forward to Hi-Ace Coyote coming out this week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I can't
so-
wait.
Dope.
That's coming out. And Salt is coming out with number 9 this Friday as well.
Cool.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I've been music, work, being a better tech.
For
and,
sure.
Snyderverse for the 4th time. You're welcome.
When the next time you DJing? When's your next DJ set?
Next DJ set that I know about would be July 17th, the second record store day at Silver Room.
Cool.
Bet.
Fancy you.
So yeah, we'll catch you at the Silver Room repping the Snyderverse.
Oh, also,
with your shirt on.
Also, DC did something with Luma Vista record label, and they got the DC Heroes and Villains, and Denzel Curry is featured on there with a bunch of other artists. I haven't listened to the
What?
album yet. Yeah, that came out last Friday.
No wonder I didn't.
Cool. Well, I think we got it. We've checked in with everybody. Once again, Moxie, we hope you get well. We missed you here tonight.
Absolutely.
Get well.
We got one more thing to remind you
Oh
of.
yes.
This.
Get 'em,
Where's that?
Ambi.
Where's that?
Get them, Ambi.
This is what it's all about. This is
Word.
what you have the opportunity to win if you go back to episode 2, watch it through its entirety, and at the end, we will be exposing something that you must do.
I hope not to dial.
And when you do those things, you will be entered in the opportunity to win this ODB original rare, hard to find action figure. So, we got the goodies, we got them all, and everything we do is fly. So the contest is fly, the prize is fly.
Come
So
and
y'all
get
just
the
got to be fly
gifts.
too.
You know what I mean? Be fly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well,
Be fly every day.
Be every day be fly. And so we want to thank everyone who tuned in to episode 3. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share.
You.
Once again, to my right is
Ambi Warhol. The other right.
right behind me is
It's the mirror.
DJ K Max.
to my direct left.
I'm sorry.
To my direct
Guys,
left.
G, man.
And then right here in the center is Coach E
Sheesh.
Soulstar. We are the Fly Nerd Group. This has been Fly Nerd Primetime. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. K-Max.
Absolutely.
Salute, share, follow, support. Tell
Like us
your
to follow
folks.
all of
Tell
us.
your children. Tell everybody.
Spread it around to every nerd you know.
On the real, for real.
Every
Girl,
hip hop
grab your
head.
kids.
You haven't heard no conversations as real as this.
And K-Max, take us home, fam.
I guess with the theme of the week, why not just do a little Rick and Morty? Take a little off the top.
rip, rip.